Yes, my people, back with another live stream. Gooners Therapy, Monday Night Cannon. We got a lot to divulge, lot to get into today, man. Yeah, I'm feeling good, feeling positive. We're gonna get into all of that talk. We've got some special guests on today, as you can see. Let's start off with man like SJ, that's right next to me up there. Talk to me, my brother. How you feeling, man?
I mean, we were saying backstage, it's a bit of a, like you said, a gut punch, Saturday evening, Cloud9, 9 points clear. And I think we're all under the impression that Liverpool are going to do a job, get at least a point.
Facts.
And what it is sometimes it's the order in which events happen. So if Liverpool had played the day before us and they lost and we won on Sunday, we're like, oh, cool, we're back 6 points. But because they played after us, 75th minute, 1-0 up, and you're thinking, okay, it's going to happen. And when it went 1-0, I thought, okay, at worst, it's a 1-1 draw. We're going to be 8 points clear. That was my thinking. And then 5 minutes left, they just, shit the bed.
Crumbled, man. Gary Neville was putting bad energy on it, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, like you said, I know that people say, oh, we started 6 points, we end on 6 points. So there's nothing to be wrong, nothing to be negative about or be sad about. But it's just, like I said, sometimes just the order in which things happen, the events unfold. And, yeah, I mean, I've got to say positive. I'm going to say positive, because Positive Dan's not here, so I'm going to take his role until he shows up. I'm going to be positive.
He'll be on soon, yeah. Positive Dan's on the way, man. I think he's on the way home right now. Anton, my guy, what are you saying, my bro? How are you feeling, man? This is, you might as well say that you're Positive Dan's brother. Blood brother.
Yeah, I know. After I was saying that, I'm like, you got some competition for that spot, man, because me and Positive Dan have been keeping up that energy the whole season from start to finish. This is how I'm feeling. I want to start with this because I heard you singing this the other day, and I want to start off the show with this chant. He comes from Sweden. The girls are very nice. He dumped his girlfriend. Playing red and white. He's scoring goals with cannon on his chest. His name is Victor Gyökeres. That's how I want to start, because before we talk about any of the games or anything, I've been sitting here. I've been, as Dan calls me, Victor Gyökeres' lawyer. And to see Hugo, who's not here on this one, but see him saying that after all the things he said about Victor, about all the stuff that you've said about that, Victor. And I think, to be honest, of the day, though, I think you have the right to be happy about it, because at the end of the day, we're all Arsenal fans and we all just want the best out of all of our players and seem to be doing well. But I've backed the man so much from the start of this, when everybody gave up on him.
Hey, there was a little couple weeks ago, you was getting a bit shaky about him, though, Anton. You was maybe I was wrong. You were saying maybe I was wrong, but yeah, he looks like he's coming good at the moment, man.
Yeah, no, it's really good, and I think the team is coming good. I'll let James talk in a moment, but I think overall, what we should be thinking as Arsenal fans, the main idea here is, look, yeah, City did win, and we were expecting Liverpool to win, but as long as we keep doing our job, it really shouldn't matter. The mentality should be like, we've got 13 games to go. They're going to basically need to be perfect from now on to the end of the season if they're going to actually do it. I get that, we could have killed them off, but that's not always how it works in professional sports, unfortunately. And we just got to kind of stick to it and just keep ticking off every single win. Focus on what we have to do. Let's take care of our work week in and week out, and let's be positive about what our team is doing. Because at the end of the day, we won 3-0. We should not be thinking poorly.
That's exactly what Garza is saying in the comments right there, man. Stop worrying about other teams and let's do our job, man. So, yeah, he's amplifying what you're saying, Anton, basically, man.
Yeah.
And drum roll for Greek Gooner. You've changed your name. What have you changed your name to? The Mighty Ducks champion elect. Friggin' hell, man. How you, my brother? Been a little while, man. Take the stage. How you feeling, my bro?
No. Did all three of you watch my AFTV fan cam?
I did.
I always
watch yours. I watch Dan's. I watch Hugo's. All of them are amazing.
You see, when they make Gladiator 3, that's on my CV. I'm just going to say, look at are you not entertained? I put so much, I think, not the big I am, but I put so much into my fan cams. You can see I research, I use metaphors, I use other sports. I just want to make people happy. And
you come prepared.
Yeah. And us Greek gods have to mix with you mere mortals, so it comes natural. But anyway, no, what Anton said, see, the point that Dan and Ishad said, I'll come on that initially, as in, yeah, you are going to feel a natural deflation when you're 9 points clear and you know that City are not very good and they're going to go and face a Liverpool that was unbeaten in about 10, 11 games at Anfield, where they only won twice in 20 years, whatever the stat is. So you're naturally going to feel, oh, right, let's go. Especially after how Liverpool showed up at the Emirates against us. That was pure old Klopp style. And then, you're thinking, got a good chance here that it's going to be 9 points. But on the other hand, I agree with Anton. Also, you know about Anton and Positive Dan? I'm known as, I took the mantle off, Hugo has been on AFTV for about 5-6 years and was called the original King Arteta. Then he disappeared and let me take all the heat. And they started calling me Mr. King Arteta, right? Then it shows this world of... so you guys got high IQ, right? I think a lot of people, there's a lot of hate in the world as well. And a really low IQ, which is very primitive, is that... I'll give you an example of it. If you support a manager and you then criticise a couple of things that he's done, you're like, oh, so you want Arteta out then? No, I haven't said that. I just said I support my manager, but on this against City, Liverpool, he could have been more attacking and all that. It's called a constructive critique. But these cavemen, flipping Philistines, never mind. So basically, I'm really positive on. So initially, I was a bit deflated. Then I started thinking, hang on a minute, like Anson just said. And do you know a YouTuber called Culture Cams?
Yeah,
the Man United one. Right. So I watch everything, right? And I often recommend that you watch other clubs, other supporters, because you'll get a much more open view. Because it's easy if you just talk with Arsenal fans to become very biased, So he was on a DR program that he does with what's that guy that's a Tottenham fan?
Fuad.
No, Fuad. Yeah, and there's the guy that Anton, the guy that presents the show. What's his name? He's FMM on DR Sports. He's Fuad.
What club is it?
I think he might be Chelsea or something, or Liverpool. I'm not sure. He has glasses, but he's the presenter. But anyway, Culture Cams. He said it brilliantly, and he's a Man United fan. He said he still thinks Arsenal will win the league based on these facts. That, like Anton hinted at there, and it's not being a utopian view, it's based on facts. Arsenal, we've lost what? Couple of games, drawn about 3 or something. Yeah. And every time we've dropped from getting 3 points. We come back and we win loads, right? Now, these are the factors why we're still in a better position to win the league than anyone else. We have the best, biggest squad. Our injuries have cleared up. We have competition in every place. Arteta he's not this stubborn, which I criticised in Paul heavily before, negative tactics it was called. Yeah, if you watch the last 5-6 games, he's opened up. Now, there's another key factor that's come into play, right? And like Positive Dan kept saying, and when I chatted a lot about Kai Havertz, yeah, do you know what I can't stand in life is when people are very impulsive, right? When he came into the Arsenal team last year, and he had about 14 goals at this stage, the team wasn't fully fluid and there was a lot of issues. He's come back, he's beefed up, his football, do you know in Germany, he's regarded as one of the best players football-wise and in the world. Now, you guys know football. Do you remember, when people say, I wasn't born then, well, I wasn't born in the First and Second World War, but I know it happened, right? So I'm going to say, do you remember Beckenbauer, one of the all-time greats, yeah? Right.
Of course.
Do you remember the one that came after that, the ginger-haired sweeper for Germany, Sammer? Yeah? There was a guy called Sammer. You had Lothar Matthäus. Germany were a supreme outfit, right? Now, he's got the same football intelligence like them. His football intelligence is supreme, right? But sometimes these players don't get to fulfill that because they haven't got the right players around them. Going back, I'll finish up on this point. Going back to Gyökeres.
We need to move on, James. We need to move
on. So. Yeah, going on to the Gyökeres point, I said it for a whole month on our TV and everywhere, right? You've got Kai Havertz has played 2 people up front, different strikers, different scenarios, different systems. You've been sticking him up on his own. They put 3 or 4 players on him, right? And then, he's no good. No, man, the guy's a finisher, right? You played Kai Havertz there with his intelligence, and you've unleashed the beast. Yes, spitting bars again, right? And we are going to win this league, and we'll win the majority of our games. And just in a clash with Liverpool City, anything happens. So forget that. We're going to win this league, like the Mighty Ducks. Like the Mighty Ducks.
James. We got there in the end, James.
No, the last.
We went round the tower block. Went to Westfield. We came back, but you got there, James, man.
See, you youngsters, like you young Denzel Washington, right? You're impatient.
James.
You're impatient. You need to respect your elders and listen to you when a Greek God speaks to you.
You know it's love, James, man. But yeah, someone in the comments is saying, Jason, you look like Seedorf, professional football player. So yeah. Jason, what are you saying, my bro, man? He's gone.
He's gone off a little bit.
Yeah, let me just quickly touch on that. For me, man, yeah, it was a big punch in the gut, man. I was very jubilant after that game against Sunderland. I was at the Emirates. It's behind that goal. We'll touch on Zubimendi as well, wouldn't it? I was behind that goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he slapped it off the post. So, yeah, I come out of there buzzing, man. That's the happiest I felt this season coming out of the Emirates Stadium, man, because it felt like, yes, we're 9 points clear. We can actually do this thing, man. I was really, really, really happy. And then it's just like I couldn't see Man City getting anything against Liverpool. I could only see them getting a draw, surely. Then Szoboszlai smashes in a free kick from 40 yards or whatever it was. I'm going crazy. And somehow, some way, Man City find a way not to just get a draw. They find a way to get 3 points over at Anfield. Yeah? Something that's not easy, man. And you're just sitting there like, friggin' hell, man. Seriously, it was a punch in the gut, man.
You know what, Dan? I'll use something you tell me all the time, and which is it's February. You know,
yeah, no, facts.
It's like we are so desperate for it to be over and for us to kind of be able to relax and to chill. And it's not. We just have to kind of accept the fact it's not going to work that way. Like, as much as I like to put down Man City from a competitive point of view, just because it's a little bit like, you know, when 2 UFC fighters go at it and you're talking shit about the other one, you know, and before we play the games. But They are still a great team with one of the greatest managers ever. They were never going to go down without a fight. My co-host Cal mentioned it. They're like a cornered rat. And when you put a rat into a corner, it's going to fight back. It's going to bite at you when it's in desperation. And that's what Man City were.
That's a good analogy, Anton, man, because this is it. And then I look back at my video on AFTV now, and I'm saying to myself, why don't I follow my own advice, what I've been saying all season? Stay grounded, calm down, take a game at a time, and don't get carried away. Then I look back at the
I was so surprised. I thought, what's going on?
I've lost myself. This is what I warned you lot. You don't want me going 9 points clear, 12 points clear, because it's a different.
Dude, I love that though. I love that though.
It's a different Arsenal fan because I've
been there. You know what's so fun, that Dan? The minute you do that, you went viral. That video I've seen across so many different platforms, everywhere. Terry put it on his show, everything, man. So maybe that works for you. The whole positive.
Yeah, it's gone viral, but I just. Let me just enjoy the moment. Let's just hope it's not in vain, man, because I was on there talking all sorts of mess, Anton. I was talking Pep's finished. He's not the same man. All they can hope for is a draw. Look what happened, man. Look what happened. Yeah. And I'm going to the G-Tech on Thursday, innit? Going to the Brentford game. So if they beat Fulham, it's going to be, that's going to be a massive game.
But what about it on the other way, though? What if Fulham gets something at City? All of a sudden, after that big win, the balloon gets deflated, and all of a sudden we have a chance to then beat Brentford and then do what we should have done anyway. So there's so many different scenarios that could happen in this week.
Yeah, you're right. But they smashed Fulham. I know it was a crazy game when Man City beat them at Craven Cottage 5-4 or whatever it was. I think they're going to smash Fulham now. Yeah, I'm not going against Man City again after what I see they done to Liverpool.
Can I say one quick comment on this? Why I disagree with you, Daniel? And no one's really, and then let Jason come in. Right? As Grizz would say, this is football analysis. I can't remember how it says it anyway. Yes, right. Is this? No one has mentioned in our stream so far a very major issue here, right? This isn't about City doing well against Liverpool. This is because Liverpool, that's one of the worst Liverpool performance I've seen in ages. It's because Liverpool let them win. It was a Calamity Jones the last whatever minutes in that game, right? So you got to look at the performance when you apply it to City, and you got to look at the performance of when you apply it to Arsenal. Arsenal's performances are not even negative anymore. We are using all a different arrow. We can attack. You want to be physical with us? We can be physical. You want to play football? We'll play football.
You can say that against Man City, against Liverpool, but you know what come to fruition in that game? Shall I tell you what come through? They've got killers. They've got quality ballers.
No.
Yeah.
No. The Liverpool goalkeeper. No. Alisson calls that. Alisson. So just quickly, Alisson. That's his worst performance in a Liverpool shirt. You got to look at the facts, man. You're allowing your negativity to drown you.
He got unlucky.
No.
What else do you want him to do there? What else?
Right, the main issue.
James?
No, the main issue is here, right? And I'll just very quickly, right? I said it for 2 seasons to my Liverpool mates, the Liverpool community, and everyone. When Slot came in, that was Klopp's team. That 440 million he should have spent on his defence. No backup for Van Dijk, no backup for Konate, no decent fullbacks. Your midfield needed strengthening, and that's why they've been messing up all season. And in that game, they were fully exposed. It wasn't that they made a lot of mistakes. City's performance they're not the City of before. De Bruyne and all these people. Their legs are gone, mate. And we're going to win a lot more games than they are. No, man, City, your days are over. Your days are over.
At the end of the day, for theory in the league, it requires perfection. They need to win 13 out of 13.
Those bunch of mercenaries, the game done. Go back, yeah.
Exactly what you're saying about Liverpool is what I don't want to be coming end of the season, and God forbid we don't win the Premier League, because we are winning it. I will be going back to those Liverpool games, and I'll be saying, same thing, it's not the same Liverpool team, no defense. Well, we went over there, we couldn't win, and we couldn't beat them at home.
Yeah,
Not
because
good
of
enough.
our No, different
Not good
issue.
enough.
That was
good
because
enough.
Arteta was playing negative tactics there, right? We're talking about the Liverpool City game yesterday, right? And all season, those chinks in the armour have been there with Liverpool. City, right? City are not the team they used to be. And I'm telling you, a lot of teams are going to take points off them still, right? When you run at City, as was it that guy off Dad's Army, Jonesy, they don't like it up them, right? With Arsenal, we are the mean machine, right? You want to be physical, you want to play ball, come, we'll mash everyone up. We're winning this league.
You can't be coming out of the outland stuff. We're not the mean machine.
I love being on a stream with James. James comes out with chest.
Man said we're the mean machine. We weren't the mean machine against Liverpool and Man City. So yeah, we can be a mean machine, but we
I
mean
think all the stuff that happened in the past is irrelevant from now because
exactly.
Right now we are 6 points clear. The league is won and lost with what happens from the 10th of February onwards.
Yeah,
right.
And King Kai is here. Yeah, King Kai will lead us to victory.
That's what I was screaming that out before he came back, and they were calling me and Dan deluded about Kai Havertz. I think even you was talking about Kai Havertz, Anton.
But you know what, Dan?
Wasn't you slating Kai Havertz? Come on, Anton, let it out, bro.
I've been waiting to have this conversation. I've been waiting for it, Dan. I think both of us were right and wrong at the same time. The twist in this tale that you guys didn't realize, you thought that Havertz was coming in to replace Gyökeres. Well, really, the irony of it is that Havertz has to come in to replace Odegaard, and he's made Gyökeres better. So so both of us were right. Havertz was the savior, but it wasn't in the way that you thought it was.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because like you said, now that I've seen it and I've seen them two play together, cups, assists, Havertz and Gyökeres are working, and what they can also do is interchange. Havertz can drop in, he can drop out a bit. They can make things happen up there, man. But Jason, my brother, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad, boys. Not too bad. Not too bad.
The voice of reason. I call you the voice of reason, man. Talk to me. How you feeling, man? Obviously, beat Sunderland, 9 points clear. We're thinking, right, this is it now. Man City surely don't go to Anfield and get nothing but a draw, more than a draw, but they somehow roll out of there with 3 points. How you feeling after the weekend, man?
I think it seems like a lot of people seem quite deflated by it, but like I'm not. I think there's so much football still to be played that I think to get worried about what City are doing against one of the big sides. It was good. Like realistically, you wanted one of those sides to win. I didn't really care which one because it completely deflates the other. And I can deal with I can deal with City winning that game because I know that everyone keeps turning around and talking about City going to go on this run. What if we go on a run? What if we're the ones that actually turn it around and go? And yes, we've seen City do it in the past, but this isn't the same City side. It's not. Let's not kid ourselves. Yeah, let's not kid ourselves and talk about everything. I think this is prime Diaz, prime Edison, prime Rodri, prime De Bruyne. It's not that side. It isn't.
No, it's not.
It's not that side. They bought game changers in January. Semenyo is a game changer. Mark Gay alongside Diaz. They're game changers.
Gay was solid yesterday. Pause,
He should have been sent off though.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying. But they went and did the same last season, and those signings didn't necessarily lift him in the same way. Semenyo is a game changer, but is he the sort of player that 3 years ago, say, would go in and would change their side? It's not like when they had Sterling and Sane and Mark and all of it. Like to me, he's not at that level. So yes, he's a game changer. Yes, he's a very good player. I'm not absolutely not saying that. Yes, they had Cherky on the bench. Yes, they've got a decent squad. But I feel like the games against Liverpool, those sorts of games that turn out, particularly in the second half, when they turn into basketball games and they turn into just counter-attacking games, are always going to suit sides like City when they can just put balls into space for Haaland to kind of run onto. The games where we've seen them struggle a little bit are the games where sides have sat in and made it a little bit difficult for them, and they've not necessarily been able to break out or break them down in the same way. And you might say the same about us. You might look at our goal record and look at own goals and set pieces and all those sorts of things. But what you do see with us in the same way that you see with City is you get the first goal it opens up the game, and then you get your second, your third. Sometimes you go and you get your fourth and your fifth. So
Yeah,
it could have been different. It could have been better, but fundamentally, if someone was to say to you, first week in February, you're 6 points clear in the Carabao Cup final, in the FA Cup fourth round with Wigan next week off in the a couple of weeks off in the Champions League, and you get to kind of see how it goes, you'd bite their hand off. So
yeah, facts.
Yeah, but it's just that PTSD, Jason. That's what it is. I'll be honest.
I want to say something.
No.
Really
You're at where I'm at right now, man. You're at where I'm at.
I'm trying to be on your side, Jason. Listen to what you're saying, but I'm just saying.
I want to actually look at it from a different perspective, because I would find it very interesting if if the roles were reversed and Arsenal had a big win at Anfield, but we're still 6 points behind, and we celebrated the way Erling Haaland did by taking off his shirt. What would the national media be saying? Oh, Arsenal, they're celebrating so much, but they're still 6 points behind. What are they celebrating for? But when it comes to Man City, it's, oh, look at that. They believe again. The turn is tied. Maybe the momentum is in their favor. And I just think we kind of need to look at it from the perspective and just big ourselves up a little bit. Be a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know what? That's cute, but you're still 6 points behind. What are we celebrating for?
The media need a title race. They need something to happen for the next few seasons. The fact or the belief that Arsenal win it.
Do you not feel like that was in the title race? Is that not a massive statement for Man City going to Anfield from 1-0 down and getting a win?
100%.
That's galvanised their squad. We don't want it to, but
Arsenal are 6 clear, and as long as we take care of our business, it's all good.
Listen, we need to stop just writing Man City off, because they're an unknown entity. They might still be poor, but they might just click. We don't know. It's 50-50, man.
Dan, the one thing that I'd say is that what I seem to hear from people is they keep talking about the positives of City, and what if City this, and what if City in that, and what if. But no one ever does that with Arsenal. No one, a bit like Anton was saying, no one ever looks at Arsenal and go, what if Arsenal actually go unbeaten in their next 12 games? What happens if Arsenal beat City? What happens if it's all about, City beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, then that makes the game at the Etihad really, really fun? Well, what if the other way around? What if?
Yeah, could I just come in on what Jason that said there? Right, there's two big issues here as well. Actually, a lot of footballing experts, right? I watched a program with Michael Jordan. Jordan of TalkSport and Martin Keown, right?
Jordan.
Sorry, and Martin Keown and Jordan. All these people, they all believe Roy Keane, the whole lot. These people have played it. Not saying if you haven't played that level, you haven't touched with opinion. They were saying it's Arsenal's league, mate. Right? We are going to win this title. And listen, one big thing. How do you say that thing, Anton? Is it PSD? They say? Yeah, right. Do you know one thing? I'm not having a go at you guys, right? I'm having a go at that ideology, right? And this is the reason why I'm criticising it, right? Every time someone mentions that, it frustrates me because it's like half a sentence. You cannot compare and say it's PhD or whatever, that stupid term is, right, to all the other last 3 years and whatever. Because what that statement misses out is this. This is the best Arsenal squad you've ever seen in your life. It's not the Arsenal squad of Rob Holding and Aubameyang, like All About Me, right? And all these other people. This Arsenal squad, this Arsenal team is a different. This squad that we've got this year, you can't compare it to those previous years. And I'll tell you this as well, I'll finish up on this. We are in the League Cup final, right? We're going to psychologically smash up that City, right? And then secondly, even if we lose that, we're still winning the league, right? We are the best team in Europe, right? And we're going to concede, a few goals in Europe. We are the main machine, and you've got to look at the facts. It's not the Arsenal of old. This is a new breed, and get used to it.
Yeah, the other part of it is, I think
AFC always says James has got more chest than my missus, who's a double D, bro.
No, I've got listen. They can't find a wonder bra for my. I don't mean bam boobs either. They can't find a wonder bra for my chest, mate. Mine was made in the Greek gods. Yeah.
No. One thing I was gonna say though is, I think we can learn a bit of a lesson as well on the flip side from what happened with City at Anfield. Is we were assuming that Liverpool were winning or getting something out of that game regardless. And then, just so happened that City went ahead and won it. Everyone is talking as if City 100% is beating us at the Etihad.
Yeah.
And it would not like that is so much easier said than done. We have been the most consistent team, not just in England, but in Europe. Look across all of Europe's top 6 leagues. No one has a bigger league right now in the top of their league than Arsenal do right now in the toughest league in the world.
Yeah.
And so you're talking like that is such an easy task. It's a foregone conclusion. City is going to beat us at the Emirates. At the Etihad.
That's not what I believe, Anton. But look at our record. We haven't won over there.
A lot of people lost.
Zola and Giroud. I remember it clearly. 2-0. Or was it 2-1?
We've also drawn the last 2 over there, and that for me would be good enough.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That's right. A good result.
Daniel, have you still got your Dwayne Johnson thing?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Don't worry.
But
Bring it
this is why, right? Haaland, yeah, when he comes up against Dwayne Johnson, Saliba, Dwayne Johnson, Magalesh, Dwayne Johnson, Raya, Dwayne Johnson, Timber, yeah, he falls like a timber at a tree, right? So this is a different Arsenal, yeah, a different Arsenal. City are scared. They can't do anything. That was the one-off, mate. Liverpool are rubbish, right? Yeah, but their defense is not good enough.
Well, not to be negative as people call me, but we just need to we can't be talking about the Man City game or any of these games in the future because we don't know who's going to be fit as well. So don't put no jinxing on Saliba.
No, I'm not. You see, this you just touched on. No, you just touched onto it, right? Even that Bernardo, when he did his post-match interview yesterday, right? He's shit scared, mate. And the truth lies in what he said. When they said to him, oh, right, so the title race, and he comes out with, he said it, it's still 6 points, yeah? Arsenal have to lose 3 or 4 or 5 games, and like Anton said at the start of the programme, they'd have to win every game, right? You've got to look at this. This Arsenal team, we've got all our guns firing, yeah? Zubimendi, I'll give you one bit of a football intelligence that came out about Zubimendi and Declan Rice. Before Zubimendi scored that goal, right, this is called having a football brain, right? Their football brain said, Declan Rice and Zubimendi said, you know what? Every time we're going forward, there's a little bit of a gap, a little bit of space there. They were thinking about it. So when Trossard gave it, he thought, right, let's attack that space. And that's where that shot came from. And we're shooting from outside the box now. You're seeing a different Arsenal. You have to different Arsenal.
Yeah, but James, we're not running away with the league. You're saying all this, but with 6 points. If City and we lose, there's 3 points.
No, but Ishad,
running away is the wrong narrative, though, SJ. I think it's more like we're going to win the league, whether it's by 1 point or by 12 points.
Narrative, man. We got to look at that as well, Anton. We can't just be blind and say, we're just going to focus on the game. We've got to be looking at what's going on around us as well, and that's just the facts, man.
But see, you know what?
It's scary, Anton. I'm scared, Anton.
Have you ever climbed a mountain?
I'm scared, bro.
Have you ever climbed a mountain, right?
It's like being at the gym and watching what everyone else is lifting and going, oh my god, I hope I can. Oh my god! Just load your plates. Load your plates up. Get yourself on the rack. Get yourself under the bench.
I'm worried.
Your plates up and just lift.
That's what I'm saying. Have you ever gone hiking? Have you ever climbed a mountain? Because the worst thing you can do when you're climbing a mountain is look down below and see how far it is. You just gotta just keep climbing.
Yeah.
And the problem is we keep climbing.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst advice. Don't look at Man City. Honestly, I was gonna do this if they had lost to Liverpool and been like, all right, we're moved past the worrying about City results phase and into the let's count down the wins phase. But I'm just thinking about it, I'm like, that's one extra loss that they're going to have Anton, eventually anyway. Let's just count down the wins now.
Since Man City won that game, that's all I've been hearing across all platforms. Don't worry about Man City. Just look at yourself. Well, I'm one of those fans. Cool. If that's what you want to do, you do that. I'm going to keep looking at Man City. I'm concerned, bro. That's it. I'm going to keep.
All right, Daniel. Wait. I'm backing up Anton. I'm backing up Anton and Jason. Right. I'll ask this question. And I want to go around the panel, and I want everyone to give their answer. Right?
I'll get it out quick, James.
Okay, 14 league games to go. Who do you think? How many of those will Arsenal win, and how many will Man City win?
All right, well, stop on
You
that,
have to
James.
put
'Cause
up
that was
both
going to be the
schedules
next
back
thing
to
that I was
back,
going to
but-
do. I'm going to pull up our next 10 games, I think it is, and then we'll pull up
Yeah,
Man
can we do
City's,
the
and then we'll just have a
13?
little
We
debate
do all
over those
13,
and see
don't
how
we?
we're feeling
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
next time, okay.
These are our next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are our next 10 Premier League games. Actually, 9 Premier League games because we've got Wigan in the FA Cup. Now, we've got Brentford away. Tricky tie at the G-Tech. I think we'll get the win. Wolves away.
Daniel, when you say each team, let everyone answer if they think we'll beat that team. Do it that way.
James. We'll do that then,
Yeah.
James. Yeah. So Brentford away. How are we feeling about that one, guys? We'll start
I
with
think
you,
that's the
James.
trickiest of all of them.
I think even though Brentford are shocking a lot of people this year, I think they're about 8th in the Premier League and they lost a lot of players. I think the way Arsenal are now and when we need to win, we'll do it. I think we're going to be too strong and I think we'll win that 3-0.
SJ, how are you feeling about the Brentford one?
Yeah, it'll be a tricky game, like James said, but I think we'll win that game. I don't think we'll be 3-0. I think it'll be a tight one. Win by
Are
the
you
odd
going?
goal.
Are you going to that game, James?
Yeah, I'm going to that game. Yeah,
I'll see you down there, bro.
Yeah, I think we'll win though.
Think we'll win. All right. Anton.
Yeah, to be honest, of all the league games, I think this is the one that makes me the most nervous, just because of how everybody's played going away there. But I wouldn't say we're smashing them 3-0. I'd say maybe like a 2-1 or something. But yeah, I think we win.
Listen, I will be going through the chats as well, people, man. Apologise, I ain't been putting it on. We've got a lot to get through. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you're going for. I'll put them up on there as well. Neil Gunner says Brentford suit us. Cap says 2-0. Big up everyone in the chat. Thank you for watching, locking in.
Neil has got a point there because I think at home they have come at everybody that they've played, all the big teams. They've been not scared, so I do think that kind of does suit us, rather than us having a really face low block.
Spot on, Anton.
Jason, how you feeling?
Look, I think it'll be a tougher game than it was when they came to us. I think they rested a fair few players for that game because they had a busy week. But I'm still confident that you win it. I think if you're going for a league title and you're looking at Brentford away and you're panicking or you're stressing, it's going to be a long season for you. So yeah, Thursday 3 points.
Yeah, I don't buy no tickets for games that I think that we're not going to win. So the fact that I'm going to the game, I think we're going to get the win against Brentford. I hope so. It's not going to be as easy as it was at the Emirates, though, because they rested a lot of players for the game at the Emirates. Thiago wasn't starting. A couple of their key players wasn't starting. I was looking at it like, what's going on here? But
yeah, they were playing. If you remember, they were playing Spurs. They were about to play Spurs, or they just played Spurs. And I think for them that was a big one, and the one they thought they'd probably get, and they didn't take points in either of them.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, we're all going for a Brentford win. Wolves away in a dogfight, pretty much relegated. I think we're all going for a win there. There's no one that's going to be concerned about that. We don't need to focus on that one. Yeah. 6-0.
And who's also in a dogfight and could be relegated? The next team.
Oh, the next team, Spurs away. Now they got a draw against Man City, but we know Man City's not the same Man City. We've fared well over there the last couple seasons. 2 wins in the last 2 seasons away from home there, innit?
Yeah.
I think I'm right in saying that.
I think 3.
Yeah.
I think we won 3 years.
3.
Is it 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing them.
I think the biggest thing for them might be, given that they don't have an FA Cup week, whether or not they sack the manager and try to use that to kind of get the crowd behind. The last thing that they want at their new stadium is us singing Arsenal boys are on a bender, Thomas Frank is a silver member. They cannot have that. They absolutely cannot have that ringing around.
In it with his Arsenal cup.
You know what we're going to be singing in that game, right? You're going down. You're going down.
Yeah, we need to see. Look, I'm not going to get carried away and be too much, but that should be a win against Tottenham. But It might be a draw. You don't know. It is a North London derby at the end of the day, and I was so confident that we was going to smash Man United at home, and look what happened there, man. But yeah, I think we'll win against Tottenham. What's you man thinking, man?
I disagree. You can't compare the Man United under Michael Carrick has structure, has tactics. The Tottenham team, I think, he's lost a lot of the players. They've got a lot of injuries, and they play an open game. The defence is quite weak and suspect. The midfield is not strong. Our midfield will dominate. Our forwards, King Kai and Gyökeres, are lethal. Our wingers are lethal. You're forgetting the last few games. No Saka. We still mashed up Sunderland 3-0. I think our defence is impregnable, and I think we're going to win it easy. We might win it like 3 or 4-0.
Would love to see that. We would love to see that. I've got bad memories of going over to that Tottenham stadium, man. We almost got taken out over there, guys.
Romero suspended as well because of that red card from the day as well. So,
yeah, I'm not going to replay the story again, but yeah, it could have gone wrong for me and my boys down at that Tottenham when the old White Hart Lane, the last derby.
Yeah,
we almost got taken out. We had to run for cover, bro. That's how it was crazy down there. But yeah.
Gyökeres, the monster has been unleashed. I can see him getting a hat-trick.
Yeah, we're going to come on to Gyökeres after as well. Chelsea at home, Liam Rossigna. This one might be a bit tricky, as Caps was saying, man, because he might come and set up defensive.
Yeah, that's what I said in my Arsenal fan camp when we played them, when Kai scored and we got to the final, that I actually rate this manager. He's come in, again, like Michael Carrick. He's got a very good football brain. He once played against Arteta when he played for Hull, when we beat him in the FA Cup. He came off injured towards the end. But this guy, he's got structure, he's got football prowess, he's got football intelligence. And like I said to Robbie in the TV, that the way they try to play is what you just said there, Daniel. They will try to block us, hold the line, right? And then the counter and a through ball. But we still overcame them. So I still think, and at the Emirates as well, I think we'll be too overwhelming for them. And I can see us beating them 2-0.
James, there's no point me asking you about all of these games there. You're going to say winning.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
No. But I'm giving you constructive points. You're giving me
constructive things for all of them. Should I be honest with you, man? Out of Brentford, Wolves, Spurs, and Chelsea, I don't know which one. I think there's a draw in there somewhere. That's what I think. There might be a draw in there somewhere.
By the end of this stream, you won't have one negative seed of thought in your brain, right?
That's not negative. That's just realism, man.
I get what Dan's doing. Like, he's just trying to be a little bit down to earth here, and I could see you finally let it out. You finally showed some optimism, and they didn't repay you with that chess. You know what I mean? I felt that. I didn't.
You know what it has done though?
Because you know that.
It made me believe that when the pressure's on, we can deliver. Albeit it's Sunderland at home without Granit Xhaka, it's still a decent side, isn't it? It just showed me that when the pressure's on and you need to take your chance and make a statement, we're able to do that. That's what that showed me, that we've turned the corner.
And therefore, we need to carry that on ourselves, focus on that rather than worrying about what's happening with Man City, because they're so far behind us right now.
They're
not far behind, bro.
No. I don't know if Anson meant this. They are far behind us in performance, psychology, and footballing supremacy, right? And as the Mighty Ducks, my name, their motto, by the end of this program, you, Daniel, will be singing "The Ducks Fly Together," including you.
So that's your new name. It's not Greek Gooner no more. It's the Mighty Ducks. What are you calling yourself now? Mighty what?
The Ducks Fly Together.
What? That's your name.
The Mighty Ducks.
Is that what I'm calling you?
Champions elect. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, the American Hockey League.
Big up JT in the chat. He says, I think Rossigna will come in vengeance for our staff, daring to touch his half of the pitch. He won't set up defensive again. Maybe. If he does that, then they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Let me just quickly read. Lebu Makhima. We can't win 24 games and fail to win a mere 13 games at our baddest day. We'll win 11 out of those 13. I hope so, man. Chelsea going to be ready for us this game.
If we do that, we won it. We won it if we won 11 or 13.
This is what me and Anton are saying. We will win more and they will drop more.
At the moment, we need to win 10. If we beat them at the Etihad, and that's within the 10 wins. 10 wins is the magic number that gets us.
Yeah. Jason said this in his AFTV fan cams ages ago. We will win more points and they will drop more points.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. Like, I would be saying that as well. If they would have drew yesterday against Liverpool, I'll be saying that as well. But something about that win just said to me, "What? Wow, where did that come from?"
No, it's because Liverpool messed up, Daniel. It's because Liverpool messed up.
I'm saying that Liverpool messed up, but it was the quality that came to fruition, James.
No, it was
backed up, put a vicious header into Bernardo
Silva. No.
Into him.
Someone's daydreaming there, and if he actually he doesn't let
exactly. Anton's right. It was a mix-up in the back. Calamity Jones, right? And Haaland, you could have 10 Haalands. Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes are gonna mash you up, mate.
I don't know about 10 Haalands. I mean, that's a bit overwhelming. But
they'll have 5 for breakfast and 5 for dinner.
Are we all going for a Brighton and Everton win? Brighton away, Everton at home. I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, after seeing Crystal Palace,
Brighton's a bit tricky. I think Brighton's a tricky one.
Yeah, Matoma and them type of brothers. Welbeck turning up.
Brighton's form is terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Jason, did you see him yesterday? Yeah, Jason, you seen them yesterday? They're terrible, man. They got talented individuals, but their team's got their tactics are terrible. Jason's right. I've been watching them.
Well, let's see what happens. And also, what you need to think about these games in the future. We don't know what form they're going to be. It could be on the back of 2 wins. Who knows? But I still think we beat Everton and Brighton.
Yeah.
Man City, I think that's going to be a draw.
The cup final. Who wins on penalties then?
Huh?
That's the cup final one.
No, I'm saying the one at the end, April the 18th.
Yeah.
I think that will be a draw.
The cup final. It's like a cup final, you know.
I looked at Man City's next 6 games and I just looked at it and I said, you know what? These ones are flipping winnable for them, man.
100%.
Newcastle, Leeds, Nottingham Forest, West Ham.
Fulham have been on better form than Liverpool this year.
Yeah, but Fulham haven't won.
Leeds have been a great team away at home this year. That's not going to be easy. Chelsea away at the Bridge is not going to be easy. And of course, if to play the best team in Europe at the end of that list. So
but our game's not going to be easy either. This is what I'm saying. Brighton for me won't be easy.
I think our games on paper, our games are harder. If you're asking me,
I think so as well. I think our games are harder.
No.
These graphics are missing Champions League games, by the way. They might have Real Madrid twice inside this list before you even.
Yes, exactly. Two factors, right? One, what Anton just said there, right? I think after this, Daniel, we should go through Man City's league games, and then we'll see who's got the harder games, because I'm sure they have.
JT says I'm being gaslighted by the agendas. The games are basically the same. What part of these games are the same? Tell me if I'm wrong. Spurs away. You've got Chelsea at home. You've got Brentford away. What other ones you got in there?
But I think we're looking at these teams in terms of their brands rather than in terms of what they are. So Spurs away is not much different to Wolves away. They're both in a relegation fight.
Yeah. Anton's right.
Yeah, but then if you look at Man City always wipe the floor at Newcastle at home.
Yeah, Fulham
never won.
Right now is better form than Liverpool.
Are in the bottom half of the table. Man City have got these teams are in the bottom half of the table, bar what? Newcastle. The rest of them are in the bottom half of the table. What are we doing there? Positive.
No. But all season we've been saying this, right? Last year, the reason why it helps Liverpool, they had easier fixtures than us when we expected to win the title last year, right? So they built up a lead, and we had really tough fixtures, right? This year, we had again a tough fixtures list to start off with. Now City have got the tougher fixtures. You should go through them, Daniel. You'll see.
fixtures.
Look at the
We
games
looked at it.
after City, though. By the way, I think
so
we've got like
you know
Burnley
what?
and Crystal Palace and like teams that are really, really,
But this
really
is what I
down.
don't like about
at their
Arsenal
last four
fans,
games.
because 6 weeks ago when we looked at Man City's next 6 games and our 6 games, we were saying Man City have got the harder games. That's what we were saying.
And Man City's got 2 wins in the last 7, Dan. That's the other thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you look at
form is awful.
Anton's right. When you look at Man City's form since certainly since the 1st of January, it's nowhere near as impressive.
Neither of ours. We've got 2 wins in the last 5. Our form's not great either. What are we doing there?
But you haven't extended back to 7, where we also had a big win against Aston Villa in that period of time. We had a few other ones. So it's all nice to say 2 out of 5, but I just give you a simple side of 7, and that's not including when they went to Bodo Glimt and got absolutely destroyed in the cold.
Yeah.
Let's hope and pray that Man City's form continues and they lose or draw against. That's what we really want. I'm not man. I think SJ's kind of with me as well. Maybe not in such a dark place. I'm scared. I'm scared.
No.
If you're feel how you feel, but I'm just trying to, as your friend, as well as just someone who streams with you.
Yeah, I need that.
I need you to be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more.
Yeah.
You don't have to get carried away and say, "Hey, we're winning it," but just be a little bit more cool. Act like you've been here before.
Yeah. Also, I'll give you another reason where you could be proved to be wrong, Daniel, and feel better. We've been chatting for months, saying that negative style that Arteta was using with his tactics will always be the same. He shocks you. Look at his positive tactics now, right? And he takes risks. So you need to be positive as well.
I am. Listen, I've not said that I'm not positive, James. Yeah, I've just had
You just said you're scared.
Online and people are just saying, all we need to do is focus on ourselves. Of course, that's all we need. That's all we always need to do.
Daniel,
I can't not look over my shoulder. I can't not look over my shoulder if Man City have just gone to Anfield and beat Liverpool 2-1. I can't not look over my shoulder.
No. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Because say that happened.
Liverpool messed up. Yeah, right. Liverpool messed up. Calamity Jones here, right?
Why do you keep saying they messed up?
Because they did. You're saying that Man City won that game. They won it by default. Yeah. Liverpool. First of all, in the first half, Liverpool never turned up. In the second half, when they had some stability and were doing it, City didn't get a look in. Then all these mistakes started happening, which was you didn't expect that to happen. You got to look at performance, not just results. And City's performances, like that Bodo Blink and where they come and these other teams, City are rubbish, man. Their defense is rubbish. Our team is supreme. Put that in your head.
It's 6 points.
Hey, James, it's in my head, but you can't just write them off. You're just treating them like they're just some idiot.
The thing for me is that there's going to come a point where people are going to start looking at the league and going, if the gap is still 5, 6, 7 points, like at what point do we just accept that this is what it is? City need that gap to keep closing. They need it to close every week. And what we need to remember is that yes, the gap extended to 9 points because we had a game in hand, but a 6-point gap is pretty. Given that we've lost 3 games in 25, the idea we're then going to go and lose.
Yeah.
I look at
2, 3, 4 in the next 13.
2-0 lead at half time. That's what I look at. It's dangerous.
No, but Daniel, where you're going wrong is this, right? You're talking as if there are 2 thoroughbred horses. We are a thoroughbred horse. Man City are a donkey. They're a mule, right? They ain't catching us, mate. They ain't catching us.
Hey, there's the guy, Hugo.
We might stop off for a bit of sugar and a bit of water, and then like a greyhound, we're getting that rabbit, mate.
There you go, like Bad Bunny yesterday at the Super Bowl,
Yeah, exactly. Seahawks.
He's with you, James. He's with you on that. This is probably what I need. This is why it's called Gooners therapy. I need this.
You do. You do.
They're lying to you, though.
They're lying, innit? How you go? Am I mad to be
I
worried?
don't know how you can look at them fixtures and think that City have got the harder running, bro. I can't.
Because we are superior. We're the most superior team.
We're not. The thing is,
we are.
Wait.
Let me
Hugo,
explain
before you
why
jump
I'm
in,
worried.
before you jump in, I've been waiting to talk to you because I saw your fan cam the other day. Big up to
Yeah,
finally
exactly.
giving Victor
Yeah,
his
King
props, man.
Arteta. King
I love how
Arteta.
you
Man,
took
no,
the shirt
bro.
off of
I feel
eBay.
like I'm
Oh.
premature, bro. I feel like
Yeah.
shit, bro. I swear to God, I feel so dumb right now, bro. Like I was
Hugo, this is
almost
how
like,
I've been feeling, Hugo. Same way, bro. I'm thinking the one time I've let go and I've just, know what I'm saying?
why?
Now
Why
look,
did I do it? That shit is gonna stay on the internet as well.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
dude,
You're correct.
dude.
You even got your
bro.
yeah.
Man, have some
Dude.
chill, man. It
No,
will work like
bro,
a fine
listen,
wine.
I did not
After we
think
win the league,
you're
you can
gonna
look
do
at
it.
that video and be like, "Oh man, I'm so happy that I jumped on the Victor Gyökeres wagon. I stopped calling him a
Yeah.
donkey. I stopped
Yeah.
calling him a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I started
I'm
realizing
still on that
this is a
wagon.
great
I'm still on the
striker."
Victor Gyökeres wagon.
I'm not fully on it, bro. I'm thinking
No,
like,
you kept calling him a bodybuilder. Then on that fan cam, you went and retrieved your Gyökeres hopped on eBay and wore it for the world to see.
I did, because I think he's got his
Hugo,
protein
that's
shake
the
now.
energy.
I said Havertz is his
Don't go
protein
back
shake.
into your shell. That's the energy we need as a
No,
fan base.
bro, let
especially
me
you
make my
fans,
points.
If you're
Let
gonna
me
go
make-
and win the league,
Let me make my points of why I'm worried, and I'm very,
All right.
very worried. Number one, I've said for a long time, people watch the shows and AFTV. I've said with this league should have been wrapped up and finished by now, but we've given City a chance. Now, I also
We
said
didn't give
that
it to them.
January's
We
going to
didn't
be.
give them a chance.
Yeah, no, but listen,
we won 3-0 on the weekend.
No,
Hugo.
but bro, let me finish in it. I said, give it January. I said, January's going to be big. It depends if we get any signings or if City get any signings. City have got two unbelievable signings in Semenyo and Gay. Gay, whatever. Mark Gay has been fantastic. All right, he should have been sent off, whatever. You know, we can go into that. But now Ruben Diaz is back. Rodri's coming back to form. I did not see them beating Liverpool. I did not see it, bro. That's why I was so gassed. I did not see it. But the fact that they did, bro, there are certain things that can change a season. The amount of belief that Man City must have now, yeah? And I know people say game by game, we got to focus on us. But listen, they're running. Those games that you just showed, our ones are far more difficult. We've struggled at home in the past with Brighton at home. We've struggled last year. We got
Brighton. We ain't got Brighton. We don't have Brighton at home. We beat
Got
them
them
already.
away. We got them away.
away.
Hugo.
got them away. Well,
away.
we struggled with Brighton. Bournemouth are bloody good with those youngsters and that Ryan and that Krupi, who you know I love. These are tough games compared to them. Then let's just say worst case scenario.
Hugo, do you know who they play? Do you know who they play on the last day of the season?
But we're talking about before it even gets to that. Like,
Yeah.
did you
Listen,
see?
we're
the
definitely there's
pictures that
100% we'll be in it on the last day of the season. That's a fact. Because we ain't gonna lose 3 games and they're gonna win 2.
They got Aston Villa, haven't they?
Yeah, they got Aston Villa. Now
Yeah.
that is as tough as it gets. They've already lost.
The main point is that City from this point onwards, let's keep the same energy, right? Regardless, maths is maths. Had they lost against Liverpool, it would have been 9 points. That's it. The same thing could happen tomorrow. Let's say, flip it on its head. They get that big win at Anfield. Then they drop points against Fulham. We beat Brentford to go up 8 points clear anyway. They'd be like, damn, we went and had that win for Anfield. That meant nothing.
Chance.
We're even further behind.
No. Hugo, can I tell you why you're wrong? And I want you to make some admissions here, right? So get into the box. I'm prosecuting you now, right? Mr. Original. Yeah,
Bill can.
Yeah, exactly. The originals, you was called the Saracen, then King Arteta. Then the Greek god came along and took your crown, right?
Take it, bro.
Right? And I'm going to give you some key questions, right? And see your answers. When you talk, like everyone else who keeps talking about how I'm scared, like Daniel in the corner there, right? About how in the previous seasons, will you accept, Hugo, that this Arsenal team, this Arsenal squad is completely different to any Arsenal team that with those scenarios? Yes or no?
I think we had a squad, but I think if Trossard's out with a hamstring, which will probably be ending for a long time, which is likely, and we've lost Marino, people think that.
No.
Squad, and we've got rid of Wanyeri. The only thing that was different really was the deeper squad. I'm not sure. The question
It's
has
massively different.
Listen, we're always around here, around about this time.
No.
When the
Like I said,
conversation in February, it's March and April. Dan,
no.
That's when squeaky bum time comes.
No.
You go.
Right, this is what I said to Robbie, right? Okay, right? Berta, when he got those 8 players, he looks at every position in this squad. We have the best squad in Europe. Facts, right? And it's not just I'm an Arsenal fan. We conceded 2 goals before that last game, which didn't really count because we changed the team up, right? We are the biggest, fearsome, mean machine in Europe. Like Positive Dan keeps saying, Arteta is the highest, best performing manager. Pep, your days are over, you checkbook manager.
No,
Nepotism.
No.
His days over. He's a checkbook manager. Bayern Munich and all these others, right? Let him go and manage Scunthorpe and see what he does, right?
Boys, let me come in.
And you know what? I just want to say Pep's still on for the quad as well. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just throwing that out there. He's still on for the
Exactly.
Listen, look. Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest managers of all time. There's no denying that. He still is. Look, let me go, James. You said your piece. Pep Guardiola is, and he'll go down as one of the greatest managers in history. In my opinion, he probably is the best. Anyway, they've still got Erling Haaland, the best striker in the world. I don't care what anyone says. He might not be on the best form, but he is the best striker in the world for me. In the Premier League, 100%. They have Rodri, a Ballon d'Or winner, right? They have Bernardo Silva, who's won how many league titles, is a top player, can play under pressurized situations. Let's not make no mistake about it. Listen, I thought Liverpool would get something, but I wasn't surprised that City went and won that game. The only way I was surprised is because they went 1-0 down after 79 minutes. Then, like you said earlier, I was listening on the car on the way, SG, you think to yourself, the worst it's going to be is a point. Now, the manner in what happened, why we all like a little bit of stuffing is knocked out of us, because if it's 8 points or 9, it is over, because we ain't losing 4 games and they're winning 4. Now the title race is still on, right? They beat Fulham. I think they play tomorrow, is it right? Or Wednesday. They play
Wednesday.
They play Wednesday. We play Thursday. So it could be 3 points only in it, and we'll go into Brentford. Now listen, we could even go. I think we'll beat Brentford, but that could even be a draw, and then it could be 4 points or whatever. I've said this all season. Once we go top, we won't come off it, and we haven't. The only time we have was when they had a game and played more than us, and then obviously we won and went back top the next day. And I think throughout this season, there's 13 games left. We may lose another game, but City will lose another game for sure. I have no doubts in my mind about that. We play City; they could potentially beat us. They could, but then I see them losing a game or drawing a game, or us. I don't see Arsenal losing 7 points. Now, to me, this is why goal difference could be huge. And we have a 5 better goal difference.
Yeah, 5. Yeah,
we've got 5 better. Yeah. We're on 30. We're plus 32, I think it is. And I think they're 27.
Potentially saying we could finish on the same points as them, Dan. You think
listen,
we could go to that?
We could finish on the same point to them, Dan. If it's neck and neck, it all depends. We could play them in the Carabao Cup final. If we lose that final to them on penalties or whatever it might be, you know, that can happen. It's a shootout between two good teams. This whole thing about City being finished, I don't buy into it. Their defense is nowhere near as good. They've just spent a lot of money.
Am I wrong for feeling a little bit worried, Dan? Because people are saying, no, don't feel. I'm concerned, Dan.
Listen, I believe that we're going to win the Premier League from the start, and I still think that. But do I look at you can't not look at City and see the way they've won that game, scoring 2 late goals. That is giving them a massive boost. Some of them newer players, Semenyo's, Gaze, and that who haven't won Premier League titles, haven't been there. Some of the other players, the younger players, they're looking around now going, oh, okay, this is what we do. Pep Guardiola, he knows, he's been around the block. You know, the City were never giving up. I think Anton said that. Cal alluded to them as like a rat in the corner. They're going to fight. And he's right. Of course they're going to fight. Man City ain't going to lay down. This is a team that's won 4 out of the last 5 league titles. Everyone's trying to play down Man City, how good they are, just because they're getting ready for when Arsenal wins it. Say, oh, Man City fell off. That's the only reason why you won it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't buy into any of that. City are top side, but we're just that bit better. And we're going to just have to do our job. We go and keep winning our games of football. And that's all we got to do, man. We have to lose. if we keep our goal difference better than theirs, which could easily change because they could put 5 past Fulham tomorrow and we could only get a 1-0 win. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
4 goals, they catch it up.
No,
If we
no.
hold on, James. If we can keep it up, right, the goal difference could be key, right? If we can keep that goal difference up, and then we've got 6-point cushions, that's essentially 7 points, right? Because if we both finish on the same points, we'd win it on goal difference, right? So we'd have to draw a game and lose 2. Obviously, we play them, but the thing is, I don't see Man City winning 11 out of the next 13. I just don't see it.
Whether that's not good enough, though, Dan. 11 of the next 13 is not good enough for them.
That's what I'm saying. If they win 11 of the next 13 and we win 10, then it would be good enough. Do you know what I mean?
10 out of 13. Wait, we're 6-point gap.
No, if we win 10 out of our 13, yeah, and we lose 3 or we lose 2 and draw 1, and they win all of theirs, they'd win it, wouldn't they?
But they
I'm saying they need to win all, but you said 11 out of 13.
If they win 11 out of 13, right?
That's not good enough for them.
Well, it would be good enough if we won.
Wait. I'm just trying to do that. Sorry. I'm just trying to figure that out. If they win one more game than us for the rest of the year with a 6-point
not
gap.
Not one more. If they win 2 more. If they win 2 more and we
you said 11 out of 13 and then Arsenal 10 out of 13. That's 1 more.
But if we win 10 out of 13, that means we would have lost. We would lose 3. They would win 11 and lose 2. Yeah, you're right. So even that wouldn't be right. So you're right. Yeah. You're right. My mistake. So you're actually right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Essentially, it's 3 games. You know what I mean? Or we would have to draw 1. Like just looking at.
I don't think it's crazy, Dan. Looking at this, that they go. I'm not saying that they will, but I'm saying after that win there, it's not craziness to say that they're going to go and beat Fulham at home, Newcastle at home, Leeds away, Forest at home, West Ham away. It's not crazy.
Even us.
But it's the same with us, though. If you look, we're the strongest team at home in the whole of Europe. I see us. I've said this from the start that we'll win all of our home games that we have left. There's, I mean, what's our hardest game now? This left.
Everton's tricky, Dan.
Chelsea
at home.
Everton's tricky. Chelsea.
Well, City away, obviously.
Everton at home.
Bournemouth at home.
No, it's not. No, it's
not.
Bournemouth, none of them are. Our hardest games there are Brentford, which we'll find out on Thursday night, Chelsea, and obviously Man City.
See, now you said that.
I heard you been saying all this stuff. Like, this guy's a tough game. It's a tough game. I think at the end of the day, we need to. This is all. If I were to leave this team at the end of the day, this is what I want to kind of imprint on all you guys, which is we are the best team right now. There is no team that when we play them, we should be the underdog in. By that, if we're the best team in Europe, then regardless of the opponent, we should back ourselves anyway. You should be feeling confident. They're 6 points clear at the top, and it doesn't matter what City do. They could as long as we take. People think it's just social media talk. That's just reality. That's just people trying to keep everybody calm. Like, we got to take care of our shit. We got to keep our mentality so we don't bottle it in check. We're going to bottle it if we're worried all the time every week sweating about Man City.
You know what's concerning?
Man City aren't worrying about us if they're in that position right now.
I hear you, but you know what's a bit concerning? Man City, like everyone keeps saying, have completely fallen off a cliff. They're not the same Man City.
That's not what I'm saying,
though. They're going into a game against Fulham on the weekend, and if they win, they go 3 points behind us.
There you go.
Then we win the next 2.
Right now. Be honest with you.
The next 2 after that, though, we would go 9 points clear, and we would have.
I'm just saying the fact that they just win against Fulham and they go 3 points behind us is a bit of a crazy thing to say in my head. That's
completely crazy.
Why? They would have played another game. It's not crazy at all. They're Manchester City. Why is that crazy?
They've fallen off a cliff
at all.
So if they've fallen off a cliff, how good have we been?
What cliff? They've improved it. What cliff, Dan? Because they've improved from last season.
But that's what you said. That's the narrative.
Well, that's the narrative. Why is that the narrative? Why is it when they've fallen off a cliff? They're
not the same Man City of old. That is the narrative.
No, that's because the Man City of old used to get 100 points. So they're not the Man City that gets 100 points.
I think he's partly right.
They're still
I think they had fallen, Dan. I think they had partly fallen.
He's talking about
we had an opportunity. We didn't take the opportunity. That's what's the frustrating bit. They had fallen, but now they got Semenyo, Guy, Rodri's come back, Diaz has come back. You've got Marmouche he's back from injury. Shirky's firing. I
know,
think
for
they
all those
can
players
go on
you
a
just
run and
named,
win
I have an
every
Arsenal
single
player
game.
who's as good or better.
What's that?
I said, for all those Man City players you just named, I have an Arsenal player who's as
Exactly.
good or
But we're
better.
losing players though, Anton. We're gonna
No,
lose.
You,
Trossard.
Mikel Marino.
Marino's out for the rest
Oh,
of
who
the
cares,
season.
man?
Why
I'm
did you
happy
get
Marino's
Trossard,
out.
Matters,
Hugo?
man.
Is
Because
Trossard
he
injured?
makes
Trust me.
Arteta's tactics
Sorry,
better.
like we got to be realistic.
But
Man.
Trust me.
listen, everyone
Trust
keep
me.
one second.
Can I speak? I'll pay £1 to speak, mate. Is there a
Oh,
pound
sorry,
jar
waffle,
anyway?
waffle,
No,
waffle.
one sec. We're going to come to Waffle in 1 sec, yeah? We'll come to Waffle in a sec because he ain't said something. I just want to say, everyone says that City have been here and they've done it. They've won titles, yes. Arsenal 2 years ago won 17 out of the last 19. Wasn't enough, granted, to win the league. But Arsenal can go on these runs as well, easily. Arsenal, I wouldn't be surprised if we won every game, all last of the 13 games left. You know, and we might have to do that. And if that's what it is, then that's what it is. This is the best part of the season. So, look, if we were 9 clear, everyone would be saying it's done. Everyone on this panel would be saying it's done, right? They would. Now 6 points, then you know everyone's like, oh, we might not win it. When there's not much difference between 6 and 9, really, because 9, all right, you'd have to lose 3. Now we still have to lose 3. Do you know what I mean? Or 2, or draw.
Nothing has changed. We have one bad result away from the knockout punch if we can stay consistent.
Exactly, exactly. One round away. We win one game one weekend, and they lose or draw. It's done. Simple as that. Anyway, James, let's go to Waffle first because he hasn't spoken. Try and remember what you're going to say. Waffle, my bro, what you saying, man? How you feeling about this
Big
weekend?
Up to the
Obviously,
panel, man. Big up
thanks
to
for coming
Dan.
on.
Big up to the 2 Dans. Big up to Anton. Big up Jason. Big up the brother SJ in the corner. I've forgotten your name, you know. Sorry, Uncle. I've forgotten your name. What's your name again?
James.
Sorry. Big up to James as well, my brother. And big up to Hugo, my Aki as well. So big up to you, my brother, each and every time. You know what it is, bro, yeah? And I don't know if you guys share the same sentiments, but yesterday I was fuming that City won. Yeah, and I lost my head. I started worrying, panicking. I was nearly crying. Yeah. And then, you know what? Today I thought to myself, I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah. Have some balls. Yeah. Have a bit of pride. Yeah. I don't care about City. I care about the red and white. I saw my boy down in the corner singing Yokerez's name. I thought, listen, if you turn the volume down and you watch the video, you think it's a rap video or something. The way he was going in. And today, I'm hearing Positive Dan talk about numbers 11. Allow it. I don't want to hear all this technicalities and 13 games. And if they do this, I don't want to hear none of that. I want to hear solutions. Yeah, I want to hear game by game, 3 points. We win the league. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear about City. City are not talking about us right now. City are saying they're gonna catch us. That's what they're saying. They're not saying any more than that. So why are we here worrying about what City's doing? Yes, they got a good result against Liverpool, yeah, and yes, they are a dangerous team still. But are we not dangerous? Have we not proved this season that we can be dangerous? Yes, we've dropped a few games. I understand that. We've not been playing the best football. I understand that. But I'm telling you now, right now, we're going to get over the line. Whether it's 3 points, whether it's 2 points, whether it's 1 point. We're going to do this, yeah, because I believe the mentality is growing within this team with the manager. But the fan base ain't there yet. And we need to just grow some balls. Yeah, I was panicking the other day, saying all different type of things. Pep, City, they're gonna do it. We just have to win our games, and if the thing is, it's in our control. Yeah, it's in our control until it's out of our control, and this is what we need to start fixating on. Not the other team, not City of yesteryear. Yes, they've got good players, but so do we. So do we. And I told you now, Yokerez, yeah, once he starts banging goals towards the end of the season, yeah, then this title is ours. And that's all I've got to say for now. Big up.
Hey, Waffle, we know
Big up, Don.
What a speech! What a speech! One sec, James. What a speech, Waffle, man. I needed that.
That's why it's Gooners therapy, bro. And you know what? He's right. He's spot on.
That's why he's related to Malcolm X, and he is well spoken. Yeah, well spoken. Yeah, preach to them.
You don't get that grey in that beard for nothing. You know, you've been around the block.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Waffle,
the greys are there, man.
Waffle,
gracefully.
Waffle, preach to these negative sinners, right? Preach. Tell them, right? Tell them the facts, mate, right? And another thing about Waffle, I don't forget your name, so I'm a Greek god, because you're mere mortal, you forgot my name. Anyway, right? Waffle, do you remember you was the only one about 2 months ago saying, I believe in Gyökeres? Do you remember that, Waffle?
Yeah, I know that.
You was the only one saying it. Do you remember, Waffle?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All you Gyökeres sinners. Yeah, all you Gyökeres sinners.
Leave me out of this. I'm his lawyer, all right? I'm
not you.
I'm on the payroll.
All you Gyökeres sinners, come to the Arteta Church on Sunday and pray for your sins, right? Right, let's get back onto it. I scalped, it's not about me, it's about facts. I scalped Hugo's called Saracen and the original King Arteta, then it was me, but burned you up with my burner boys, didn't I? Right? Now, positive, Dan, I'm going to take your scalp, yeah? Because a lot of what you said was true, right? We are the best team, which I've been saying, right? And we'll win more games and they will lose more, right? But when you talk about Man City and Negative Dan came in and others, right? You're all wrong about this. That one-legged flipping pirate, what's his name, Rodri, he's not the same player. He's finished, man. That Man City. And listen, what happened yesterday, right? You got to stop believing the hype, right? Like Public Enemy used to sing. You're hyping up the products, yeah?
Like Dan, get that Lawrence hater out of here, man. Chatting shit,
right?
And he was on your show as well.
Yeah, bro.
Disrespect.
Do you know what I'm saying? Get him out.
Where is he?
Get him out, bro.
I'll do it, man.
Right.
Oh yeah, boot him out, Lawrence, man. Stay off the liquor, Lawrence, man. You're drinking too much and just you're acting clumsy, Lawrence. Calm down, man.
Daniel,
relax.
Right. So basically, right, this is the reason why I'm arguing, everyone, right? That this is not the same Man City. It's two major facts. You guys just keep looking at it's a human condition. We look at results. We look at this. Yesterday's game was a shock, but it was a shock not because Man City turned up, Daniel, right? It was a shock because Liverpool did not turn up in the first half. In the second half, when they played some good football and City couldn't live with them, right? Then they started making this collapse. Have you ever seen Alisson and his defence make mistakes like that? Look at the facts.
James,
look at the facts.
What's going on with your mic, James?
What's wrong? Can you hear me?
Boys, I want to touch.
My headphones were screwed up. I keep adjusting my headphones.
I want to touch on the Gyökeres thing on a point that I, obviously I had my doubts about him, and at one point I did say in his defence was that he wasn't getting a full 90 minutes. Dan, you come and showed that he did 7 times, but out of the 20 games he played, he was coming off 60th minute quite a lot, and I think it was interesting seeing him come on for the last half an hour against defenders when they're a bit more tired, obviously, naturally. And he's come on and he's got 2 goals. And another thing I'll say is...
And against Inter. And
against Inter Milan. And also, without Saka and Odegaard, as good as they both are, they do both slow the game down. Saka included in this, not just Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Havertz and Madueke, Martinelli, who I think Martinelli is having a fantastic season.
Yeah,
I think he's been one of our best players this season.
Yeah.
We're not weak in every game out. No, he has, man. Some of the passing when he's been coming on in games, top goal scorer in Champions League, affecting games when he comes on. Big goal against Man City. He's only got 1 goal in the Premier League, but when he's been coming on, he's been doing very well and affecting games. His passing has got a lot better. I mean, he done all the dog work for that Gyökeres goal, and he could have went for goal, but he give it to Gyökeres.
He assisted Gyökeres against Leeds as well, isn't it?
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. So there's a good link up there.
Kai
Havertz, someone has just said that people were preferring Kai Havertz to Gyökeres. Listen, Kai Havertz is the reason Gyökeres is playing to another level now.
Yes.
Let's be real.
Yes.
And when I when Arteta first got Havertz, this was the system he wanted to play him in, but he didn't have a striker. He didn't have a striker. When you look at him when he played for Leverkusen, he had good. I can't remember the name of the striker that was scoring goals for them, and Kai Havertz was scoring goals.
Yes, Hugo said it. He unleashed the beast.
Is it the Czech guy?
Hugo said it, Daniel.
Patrick Schick, was it Patrick
Schick? Yes.
Yeah, I think it was Schick that was scoring goals for them. You know what I mean? So like Kai Havertz, every time he gets the ball, he plays it forward. And he's just got this sort of like, he's got energy about him. Do you know what I mean? Where he's going forward all the time. Madueke is direct. Eze, even when he came on, was direct and going forward. And look, me and Dan were at the game, and I thought it was especially, I mean, look, Zubimendi will come on to him now. I said sign on the summer. I've been saying he's to sign on the summer for some time now. Dan laughed at me, you know, and I still think he has been the signing of the summer. But with Gyökeres now, he's coming to form. Run a perfect part of the season. This is the perfect part of the season, and he might not, you know, if he gets played in, like Jesus got that ball that was played in on the and he was offside from being bloody in his own half. It was terrible offside from Jesus. But we were sitting there, people I was next to, if Gyökeres was on.
Look at him.
But I said if Gyökeres was on, he probably would have got caught up. But the thing is, though, the goals that he scored against Sunderland, he scored a similar goal against, not similar, but he did against Leeds in the home leg, and then obviously in the home game, and he scored against Leeds away. Like finishes in the box, finishing. Listen, if you're going to score me 20 of them, and we're going to win the league, we're happy. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Daniel,
I think it's interesting with how different we're playing without Saka and Odegaard, and they're both great players.
Yeah. Daniel,
go for it. You just muted
Jason. Do you agree with what you ain't spoken a little while, Jason, man? Do you agree with what Dan was saying there in terms of Havertz coming into the team, obviously Martinelli turning up, and the other players that were playing before, i.e. Saka and Odegaard, slowing down the game and not giving Gyökeres the service he needs, man?
Look, I think strikers thrive off confidence, and I think they thrive off opportunities. And I think what he's seeing is he's seeing those a little bit. And you know, we were watching Gyökeres play 60, 70 minutes, and then seeing Havertz come on or Jesus come on, and kind of hyping them up and kind of creating a buzz around something that wasn't. That the eye test was telling us something, but it wasn't really telling us that. Like we've kind of pointed out, what we're seeing with Gyökeres when he's coming off the bench, is exactly the opposite. It's exactly the same thing, but just with him doing the business. I was there in Milan when he came on, and he looked sharp. He's come on at the weekend and done exactly the same thing. So you know, Mikel talks about finishers, and what we've got now when you look at that whole front line is a range of profiles that can kind of give you a solution to any problem that you're going to face. You've got direct wingers in terms of people like, in terms of Madueke, you've got people like Trossard and Odegaard who can come and kind of give you the control that you might need. And all of those players will have to, Gyökeres have to adapt to each of them. But what we're getting is opportunities now to kind of see him when, like the Martinelli situation, we probably, if Martinelli's not, if I go back to the Leeds game, if it's not Martinelli in that situation, it's Saka or Madueke, the ball doesn't probably come in exactly the same way, because Martinelli is a same-sided right foot on the right wing, whipping that cross in. The defender's probably not expecting that. He's probably got a better chance to set if it's Saka or Madueke. They've got a cut back in on their left foot, and then they're looking up and kind of doing that. And Gyökeres is getting opportunities in the box. He's high on confidence, and we've just got to play to that. I think Havertz, having played as a centre forward and obviously having played as a 10 in Germany, probably understands what centre forwards want and need, because he played there and he can kind of play into that a little bit. But I don't think you can kind of see. For me, I can't look at what we're seeing now and not be positive about it and go, we've got, this is only going to get better. It's not going to get any worse. It's only going to get better. Gyökeres isn't just going to fall off a cliff all of a sudden and turn into a completely different player. Look, I'm struggling to find any negatives because it's all so positive, and I don't want to keep saying the same.
You're always positive. You're always positive, Jason. I've never heard you really be negative,
just
man.
I'm pragmatic. My only criticism, and I think I mentioned this at the weekend, and I've mentioned it a couple of times before, is we just, particularly with cheers Cats, particularly with Marino out for the season, obviously trying to nurse back Jesus, trying to nurse back Havertz, just making sure we can get some balance in that midfield and that we don't flog Rice and Zubimendi for 90 minutes in every single game when necessary. I think Norgard at 5 million in the summer looks like an incredible steal. If you go in and you get a Premier League proven holding midfielder that can come in and do your Jorginho role, JT's just made the point I'm making. But it's only a steal at 5 million if you don't lose Zubimendi to a thigh injury in March, because he's played every single minute. When we played, there was a week back in November or December where I think we played Wolves and we played, I'm going to say Brentford, and Norgard doesn't touch the pitch. And if you're buying a Premier League proven central midfielder and you can't play him at home to Wolves, you can't play him at home to Wolves and Brentford, like what are you buying him for? And that's my only criticism. I just don't want to see a situation where we lose a Rice or a Zubimendi, or Rice and Zubimendi, because they've played a lot of football. With Ben White, with Hencapié, and with Calafiori, and Mosquera, I think we've got enough cover across the back line to give us that, to be able to take a Norgard and a Miles Lewis-Skelly and just manage. And we've obviously got the Wigan game coming up, but some of those games that we're looking at, they're big games, and they need big personalities. So I absolutely understand why, you want to play your strongest side, you want to play Zubimendi, you want to play Rice, but you also just need to just understand that for our players to be as fresh as we want them to be come April, May, we just need to kind of think now about how we do that and give some of those players an opportunity to rest. Zubimendi's adjusted into a league, and like you said, he probably has been the signing of the summer. Is he the signing of the summer if he tears his hamstring or his thigh in February because he played every minute against Brentford and Wolves and Bournemouth and Leeds? And probably not.
I've got a question for you just off the back of that, Jason. I wanted you to, Andrew, because I was having a thought while you were talking. So I think we all agree that Odegaard's kind of fallen out of favor in terms of the 10 with the way Havertz was playing. And by the way, Eze came on, made an impact, he made a great run, should have set up a fourth goal for Arsenal the other day. What if we recreate Odegaard with Marino out as an 8? So we have lineups where you have Odegaard playing Declan Rice's position. That way that you're not overstrenuating Rice and Zubimendi. I think what do you think about that as a solution? Maybe now moving forward.
I think.
I'm sorry.
Hang on a sec. I think that yes. Look. I think that when you allow Odegaard to roam the pitch, you get a better version of Odegaard. And I think back to, I think it was Porto a couple of seasons ago, where he came on and he set up, I think it was either Trossard or Martinelli, and he had the freedom to roam. What I don't want, when I've got Zubimendi and Rice playing, what I don't necessarily want is Odegaard dropping in to pick the ball up off the centre halves and trying to find one of those players between the lines. It should be the other way around. But I do think Odegaard, as he's potentially getting older and getting wiser in his career, has the ability to change his profile in a way that enables us to still keep a Havertz or an Eze or even a Waneri in the game, and actually give us something where you've got a real attacking, forward-thinking, bright spark, but you've also got the sense of that element of control that he can give you. The other one I'm certainly excited for, and I've been excited for ages, is I'm really excited to see Dalman come back. We've still got to bring him back into that fold, and that's another opportunity to just throw a little bit of a wild card and a bit of a catalyst in that sense of, we talk about how predictable we can be at times. He's probably one of the most unpredictable players that we have, a little bit like Madueke. So in terms of profiles, I think we've got the opportunity to do that. But I think it's a great point. When I've watched Odegaard and thought he's done well, I've seen him roam the pitch and not necessarily be so constricted on that right hand side. And like I said, I think back to that Porto game where he played a couple of nice through balls, and that ability to play off his left foot helps him for me.
The only problem I have with Odegaard, is he's just too much of a safe player. He hardly takes any risks, and I think when you play in a team like Arsenal, you have to be a risk taker. Some of the best teams, in the Premier League. You know, they got players like, look at Bruno Fernandes. He's going to take the risk. Yeah, he's going to try and get that through ball. With Odegaard, I just think with him, I just think his habits are not going to change. I always think he's going to be that one that wants to cut back and pass back and play the safe pass rather than, you know, do the vertical pass like a Eze does, you know, in the number 10 role. And I think this is hampering us going forwards, especially around this period now where we have to start scoring against teams and finishing them off early in games. You saw how we struggled for the first 30 minutes in that game against Sunderland at the weekend. And I was just thinking, if Odegaard was in this game, yeah, we'd probably be playing it back to the goalkeeper, passing it back to and fro from him playing tennis. And I'm not saying that Odegaard is a terrible player, but I just don't feel that he's what we need right now. We need someone. We need players that are going to be forward.
I was suggesting maybe he becomes a squad player now, and where we've lost Marino, you can really essentially now recreate Odegaard to be the backup for Rice. That's what my question more was, you know.
But he doesn't eat. And big up to Capshare, my brethren. I've known him for years.
Waffle, you know everyone, bro.
I know him a lot. Anyway, I know him a long time, and he
big up Caps.
Well. Big up to Capshare, but yeah. But anyway, I was gonna say that. What did you just say about? I thought, and Caps made a point that this guy does not tackle. He's not that type of player. He's not going to win. You know, at least Marino, he goes into challenges and stuff like that.
Even Havertz as well. He will get stuck in as well.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, did you see when Havertz picked up the ball and he had that shot that almost went in? He picked it up from his own half. He just kept driving, and then he just almost put it in the binzel. That was going sideways with Odegaard. He wasn't doing that. He was looking for the pass, I'm telling you. 100%. But yeah, Waffle, I want to come to you quickly on Gyökeres, because obviously you see my video that's gone viral. You know what I'm saying? Me singing his chant and all of that, man. Yeah. Me and Dan's there, shameless. We've both been on him, but what do you feel like? Obviously, you've always believed in him, but I feel like Havertz has sort of unlocked him, and other players that have been out of the team, i.e. your Saka, who don't really like to pass and feed him. I think this has been beneficial to him in his football, man. What do you think about Gyökeres, and has the beast been unleashed, as you've been kept telling me that he's going to come good, give him time?
Brother, listen, as I said, if Arteta plays the right system, you know, then, you know, feed the beast. That's all I'm going to say about that. You know, at the end of the day, Havertz with his physicality and his vertical passing and forward thinking, that's going to unlock Gyökeres. There was a stage, right, where the players didn't trust Gyökeres. They didn't trust passing to him. You know, he's not the best on the ball. Yeah, let's be honest about that. He's not the best in some situations, but one thing he can do, is he can finish. And you see that right foot of his, it's like a bullet train. You know them bullet trains in Japan? He's got some power in, you know, that second goal he scored, the power he put in that, is the elevation and the power in that is amazing. You know what? I'm not saying he's the best player in the world, he's the best striker in the world, but you know what? Use him to his strengths and he will score goals. Yeah, he's a 9 in 10 striker for me. Yeah, as long as you play him in and as long as the balls are right, then he will score the goals. And you know what? He done that against Sunderland when he came on. There's going to be games where,
the celebration was wicked, wasn't it?
The one on the floor.
Yeah. But the thing
is, Martinelli above him is like doing it wrong. He's like this.
Did you see Noni? That?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what?
That Mad Wecky's headband, does it not annoy anyone else? I just want to take it off.
To be honest, I don't feel either way about it. It's like whatever you want to dress like, you can dress like whatever. As long as he's performing on the pitch, I'm good.
Let me jump in about Gyökeres. I might be the only one on the panel that's not really sold on him. I don't think he's good enough. I think he's poor aerially. I think he's got poor first touch. I don't think he can pass. I agree with Waffle. He's a good finisher. That's his best attribute. But I feel like his shortcomings are being portrayed on players like Saka and Odegaard that they're rubbish, they're not doing to his strengths. But we have our system. We've had our system for the last 3 years, our Arteta system. I just don't think he suits it. And I was saying it's Havertz that unlocking him. So if you can't play without Havertz, is he going to be rubbish? The Chelsea game, he was there. Havertz wasn't on the pitch. Non-existent, in my opinion. And if you zoom out, he scored against Leeds, Sunderland, Kyrat. I mean, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but those ain't the best teams.
What about Chelsea? What about Inter?
I think it's a good point. I think the challenge for me with someone like a Gyökeres is that we've asked for and craved that different profile. So we've had your Jesus and maybe players that were more complete footballers, but weren't people that were going to maybe be on the end of it. If a chance fell, they were the person that you wanted a chance to fall to. Now, obviously, people bring up Gyökeres and go, well, all his goals in the Championship and all his goals in Portugal came against the bottom sides. Over the past few seasons, that's been our downfall. Those games against your Fulhams and your West Hams and those games that you get a chance and you want it to fall to your centre forward and it falls to your centre forward, but your centre forward's Jesus and it doesn't go in the back of the net are the ones where you go, yeah, we need someone that's a little bit more clinical. Now we have that, and for me, I think when I looked at it, it was 5 and 7. Now, yeah, you might argue that goals come against Kyrat and they've come against this team and that team and this team, but sometimes they're either big goals because they're the first goal, or like the Inter game where he comes on and changes.
Other than Chelsea's goals are the second and third in the game. He hasn't scored the first goal in the game. He hasn't always. But
the other day, how important is that one? He's the second one to relieve the Emirates.
It was important, but I wasn't worried about Sunderland scoring a goal. Let's be honest now. I don't think Sunderland was scoring if we're still playing now. So I wasn't too worried about
Sunderland. Had more possession than us, dude. Like they were on the ups at that point in the game. They had the momentum. That's
but their position was in the own final third. It was in the defensive third.
The second goal, look, you have to give him credit for that. You can't, if fourth or fifth goal, fair enough, but to score a second goal is very
I would say he hadn't scored the first goal in the game. Yeah, it was a good goal.
He scored the first goal against Burnley, albeit I know it's Burnley, but he did score the first goal in that because we won 2-0 when he scored both goals, isn't it? But look, with Gyökeres, isn't it? I agree with you. He doesn't look like an Arsenal player to me, just by the way he plays and stuff. I don't think no one can deny that. He's not like a graceful footballer. He's totally different to like a Olivier Giroud, someone who we've had before. But all I want from Gyökeres is goals. Simple as that. And I don't care about, listen, the running and all that's good, the work rate, bringing other players into play. Like we've seen all that with Havertz, with Jesus, who are both better footballers. I want goals. And now you're giving me goals, I'm with you. You're that simple as that.
I've seen the light. I've seen the light with Gyökeres.
If the goals dry up again, then I'm going to be on him again. Because when you don't for me, Kai Havertz, he might not score goals, but I watch football. I've watched it long enough to see what else Kai Havertz does, right? And it's more than what Gyökeres does for me. Kai Havertz is very, very intelligent player. Hence, we're seeing him and Gyökeres link up now. So with Gyökeres, though, I feel like his main thing, as Waffle said, is finishing, is goals. That's his bread and butter, right? So if that's your bread and butter, that's what I want to see you doing. And he's doing it now. I don't care how he's scoring them. I just want him to score goals. And even at the start of the season, I said he might not score against the big teams. I said it on one of our first ever streams, Dan, when we signed him. I said it to David, and he was like, oh, what, you won't care? I said, no, I won't. If he scores against the bottom teams, who, like Jason said, Everton's at homes and that, who finished low last year, there was another team that we drew 0-0 with as well. If he scores against these lower teams with low blocks, or however the game might be going, then I'm happy. And he's got 13 goals in all competitions now, yes. A lot of them have come against the lower teams, as they did when he played for Sporting Lisbon. But at the end of the day, if he ends the league, he's 7 more goals off. Could he get 7 in the next, Probably we're going to have 13 in the league, in the cups. Call it maybe another 20 games. You'd expect him to get 7 now, the form he's on. That would be 20 goals. And if we win a Premier League Carabao Cup double, who knows? He might score in the final of the Carabao Cup. He might score the goal. Yeah. He might score the goal that clinches us the title. And then he's in Arsenal folklore forever. Now, I did go on it, and Anton, you did say that, and I did say with Gyökeres that it was when it was so bad at one point, and he hadn't scored for 10 games, and I think that game against Liverpool where he just done nothing at home, and I was like, that 0-0 game, that's where the striker needs to score a goal, That's where we need you. That's what you've been brought in for. And I actually said I could see us winning the league. Havertz coming back in the team, him playing, a smaller role, and going back on loan to Sporting Lisbon by next season. I don't see that happening anymore.
Okay, good.
Would you be surprised if you went another 10 games without scoring?
No, I would be surprised now. I feel like now he's in his. I feel like now he's in his groove. What would happen before is he'd score and then he wouldn't score for a while. Now, I mean, he had 4 in 6, then he didn't score against Liverpool 4 in 7. So now he's got 6 in.
He's at 6 and 8. And by the way, he's got 2 assists in that as well. So in terms of GA, he's got 8 and 8.
That's what I'm saying. So look, you're producing them numbers. I'll just say to Sahal, seriously, Dan, Havertz saying that answer. We saw it last season. We saw last season. We were banging the title race until Havertz got injured. I think we were 5 points off or 6 points off Liverpool. He got injured and our season ended when he got injured. And the season before, Kai Havertz got 13 Premier League goals. And the first half of the season, he played in midfield. And we've got 89 points. He scored the most goals we've scored in the club's history. So with Havertz, I've said it before, he has scored big goals in big games. Even when I was on the roundabout the other day, I was talking about the goals. And Shane Gooner actually said, but he scored the 4th and 5th goal against Chelsea. He didn't, because I went back and looked at that, and it was actually the 3rd goal that he scored, which against Chelsea is an important goal to kill off the game.
Yeah. Daniel, can I say something?
Go on, mate.
Right. There's a lot of issues here. First of all, Sahil made the comment there, and the way the conversation's been going. Right. Football, I said it in my last fan cam with Robbie. It's not about an individual here, an individual there, right? For years, we had Ian Wright. Weren't going to win a league title, that mate. And when he got his medal in '98, he wasn't the main player. Yeah, it was the others, right? Now, this stick that Havertz gets, that Gyökeres gets, this team is like a house. They are all bricks. You take one brick out, the house falls down. The brick we were missing was the Havertz brick. Gyökeres, I'll describe his career at Arsenal. He's been going raving every week at every club, right, in the West End. And no woman will even chat to him, right? Then one day, this Havertz woman comes along. He's Esmeralda. He says, I'll go out with you. And he has the best relationship. That's what's going on with him. Now, with Gyökeres, yeah. Listen,
I thought you said you had the right wingman. I thought that's where you were going with it. Havertz was the girl.
Havertz and Hills.
There you go. Come on. Good. Right. So basically, right, it's about a team. One thing about Mikel Arteta, right, and as King Arteta, I will say this is a fact, right? When he came to this club, there was players with attitude. There was players that thought they were prima donnas. Ozil, yeah, Aubameyang, right? He has built a team. No one is above the other player. You play as a team. Like my motto about the American Hockey League. Ducks fly together, right? Arsenal, the club and the fans fly together and we will win things, right? Now, when it comes back to this, right? Gyökeres, yeah.
Hold on. Stay where you are, James. 1 second. I just want to say to this, Sal, if Havertz was so good, why did Chelsea sell him? They also sold Mo Salah. And,
yeah, exactly. And De Bruyne.
They have poor talent ID. I think it's become clear. Like, they sold us Madueke at a young age.
Yeah.
Like, this is one thing I want to talk about, the whole little Chelsea thing. I don't want to get too far.
Yeah, go on.
But this notion that Chelsea have been selling us players and look at this, they sell players to Arsenal. Back when Man City were buying Adebayor, Kolo Toure, Clichy, Sanya, Nasri, were we saying, hey, funny, City are buying our players, keep buying our players? No, we were like, fuck, this City team is good. They're a threat, and they are buying our players because our players are going to them to win stuff. And that is what's happening right now with the Chelsea boys coming to the Arsenal, and everyone is looking at it in the wrong way.
Exactly.
So how are you smoking today, my bro, man? Daniel. Comments. The man said De Bruyne's an industry.
Daniel, Anton's right. Listen, if you are in a sports car, right, and it's got no engine, Does that mean you're a bad driver? No. So if a Chelsea player, I said it in my fan cast that went viral, right? I've been saying it all season. Because Chelsea were shit doesn't mean the players who come to Arsenal are shit. If you can't see Kai Havertz is supreme Beckenbauer, Sammer, in German intelligence of his football brain, you don't know football, right? Learn about football before you diss Havertz.
Facts. King Kai.
Great moment.
Last thing, we should have got Ekitike. He would have suited us. I think he's going to be the next Thierry Henry. He's got the attributes and everything, right?
But fucking do anything yesterday, did he?
No, but listen, Daniel, listen. What this shows about Arteta, this is another thing why I respect Arteta, and no one has come out and said it. I think it was Berta that got Gyökeres, because he actually came out before the season started and said, this is Berta. I'm not going to spend 140, 150 on Isak. I'll get Gyökeres for 70 mil and spend the rest on getting 8 players to fill up all the positions, right? Mm-hmm. So, and we all know that Arteta wanted Sesko, right? Now, what Arteta has shown in his football development as a supreme manager, the best in Europe right now, yeah? See you later, Pep. He only got the Barcelona job because it was nepotism. Anyway, right? Checkbook manager, right? When it comes to Arteta, right? He has shown how he can put everyone dissed him when he bought Havertz. Everyone dissed him when he got Madueke, right? And with this square peg of Gyökeres, he has fitted him into a system, and we look brilliant.
So what are we saying about Havertz playing in this number 10 role where Odegaard? If Odegaard's fit, are we bringing Odegaard back in, or is Havertz now nailed?
No. I think Waffle said it best.
Waffle answered it. Yeah, Waffle answered it. Waffle answered it. And Jason as well. This Odegaard, when he was at his supreme level, he has got a football brain to be supreme, like when he got the 15 goals for Arsenal 3 years ago, when he was a wonder kid at Real Madrid. But he's turned into
a wonder kid at Real Madrid. Stop that.
Okay. But he's turned into a sweeper. And this is where Jason's right. I've heard this theory by a lot of people, actually. That role that Xhaka was playing, maybe keep him there. But then, like you said, negative Dan, is he that strong in the tackle? Xhaka was lethal in the tackle. He hasn't got that, yeah? But his football brain and vision and skills, this is why it's so frustrating, because he has got a very high intellect of football, but he's turned into this, I'm going to stay at the back. I'm going to stay at the back. We don't need that, mate. Havertz, direct. The key question I'll ask all of you now, and none of us have touched on this, what does the panel think about Eze? Will he come good? Why is it? It just looks like he's not in the game, man. What do you think?
Can I answer that one? Because I've been looking at. So Eze's thing right now, I can tell, because if you remember, they had a free kick late, and you actually can hear it because you guys were at the game, but I was watching it on TV, and even with the commentary, I could hear Rice yelling at Eze, "Hey, Ebbs, your positioning isn't correct." I could hear it on TV from the free kick. And right now, what's going on with Eze is he is learning to play Arteta football. He's learning to master off the ball technique, positioning, all that stuff. He's an excellent, incredible footballer. You saw at the end of the game, he takes the ball from deep. He drives everything. He sets up Martinelli for a chance. This is a player who is always going to have the ability. He's always going to have the technique. He's always going to have that game-breaking edge. He is going to have times in the season. Remember, he wasn't until end of last season which he won Crystal Palace the cup in a cup final against Man City in the semifinal. He's a game-breaking difference player. The same attitude I've been giving to Gyökeres is what I'm going to have to give to Eze. And I think this needs to be a learning lesson for all of us, which is each of these players are going to come along in their own way and in their own time, and they're just trying to learn and adapt to what their role is in the team. Once Eze finds that, he's going to be all right, man. And not just that.
I don't think so, Anton.
If Trossard is going to be missing.
Once Eze finds that, once Eze finds his form, he's going to be dropped again, because there's so many players in that same position fighting for that position.
No, but
He's
he
not
could
going to be able
easily
to get
also
that
play.
consistency
He
that he
plays so many.
needs,
He
man.
wears so many different hats, though, Dan. He can play on the left. He can play as an 8. He can
In
play
front
as a
of who?
10.
Martinelli, Trossard. You think he's getting in
But
there?
right now, we don't know about Trossard's fitness, so there's an opportunity there for Eze to finally take that spot.
No, I don't think Eze is going to get the game time. If I'm being honest with you, he's not going to have the consistency and level of games that he needs to get to a level where he can say, you know what, I've cemented my place, get the confidence, get the match sharpness. Every time he does that, he's going to be in, he's going to be out, he's going to be shaking it all about. I think it's as someone said in the chat, this season I don't think it's an Eze season. I'll be honest with you.
But I think that's why we don't buy players for one season, though. When we buy players and sign them onto the contracts we do, it's for the length of their contract. Like
he could still have, look, at the start of the season,
he could still have big moments.
I think we're selling Trossard, and next year Eze is going to be one of our big hitters. Like I've been saying that about Gyökeres.
I know what.
Like, well, it's not
boys,
good enough.
Boys, we're 6 points clear of the title. He won us the game against Tottenham, and he won us the game against Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Daniel, positive Dan, I agree with a lot of what I can see what negative Dan's saying based on what he's seen, so I can understand that. Anton is quite constructive there. I'll see what Jason this chat thing, but I'll ask you first, positive Dan. Why do you think a player of such supreme talent, and he is Eze, right? Why do you think either he's not fitting in or Arteta's not bringing it out of him? What do you think the dynamics are, positive, Dan? Why are we seeing a player who is not really involved when he's playing? Why do you think that, Daniel?
I think Anton's covered it brilliantly. I agree wholeheartedly with what he's said. I think next season it's likely he'll be our main left winger. It is where he started when he first started, and then when he came out of the team, was he? I can't remember why he came out of the team. Was he injured or something happened? Why was he not in the team? Odegaard came back,
and then he played the Villa game, and he can.
Hold on.
When was the last time we saw that? You're both talking nonsense. He's had many opportunities to go left wing. When was the last time we see that?
He was on the left though, wasn't he? That's where he originally.
No.
At the start of the season. Right, let me ask you a question. Let me answer the question. Yeah, but boys, when we're answering each other questions, let us answer, and then people can come back and say what they want to say. Just so the fact, I'm talking facts. I only deal with facts, bro. Yeah, the facts are he was starting. That's where Arteta was first playing him. So obviously that's where he obviously saw I can play him attacking mid, I can play him left, and your best starting 11 will change throughout the season because of form and stuff like that. But obviously at the time it was Odegaard in the centre, it was him on the left, and I think Jason's right. He was terrible against, I think it was Villa away when we lost. I was there at that game. And I think with Eze, I never expected Eze to come in and be this guy that was going to start and fire us to a Premier League title or to a Champions League and score loads of goals, because he's never been that consistent. What he is a big game player. He's shown that for a Crystal Palace, scoring in the semi-final of the FA Cup, scoring in the final. He's shown that for us this season, North London derby. Right, poor Spurs side, granted, still our biggest game of the season, in terms of rivalry. He scored, and then against Crystal Palace, another game, quite emotional, big game for him personally. His former club, he scored against them. And then he's not been getting a run of game time because he's not been good enough at this moment in time. But I think he still can be a good player for Arsenal to have. I remember Man City over the years, if Sterling wasn't performing, then Mahrez would come in. And if it wasn't Mahrez, it was Sane. Sane wasn't the best or didn't have like an amazing standout season, but he had moments in that season that helped them get 3 points, helped them get a win. Eze could have a moment in the FA Cup yet. There's still so much football to be played yet. We don't know. In the Champions League, he may do something special out of nowhere when the game's 0-0 away at whoever it might be, Leverkusen, who we might be playing next door, whoever it might be, and he could score a good goal that could take us to the next round. So I still think Eze's got a lot to give. He's not starting right now, but listen, Trossard's out now. So now it's going to be him or Martinelli playing for that left. So things happen, change very quickly. And like you said, James, there's no doubt he's a great player and he's got that in him, but he's never been a player that's going to score 15 goals in a season and get 15 assists. He didn't do it at Palace. I don't expect him to do that at Arsenal. Maybe score a few more goals. He got 8 goals in this last year for Crystal Palace. He's not going to be starting week in, week out for Arsenal. So look, he's not lit it up, but he's had some good moments. Few and far between, to be fair, but I still think he's still got a big part to play this season for me.
Yeah, can I ask negative, Dan? what you and Anton have said and Jason and everyone, right, is spot on. But this is, I think, where Negative Dan has got a strong argument as well, is this. Under this Mikel Arteta team, tactics, philosophy, and everything, every single player on that pitch runs around and bleeds for this club. I don't see Eze bleeding for this club. He roams around, right? You're at a big club now.
I think
you know what? Can I just say one last thing, sorry, Anton? You know the cliches exist for thousands of years, right? Maybe he was a big fish at Palace, little pond, but in the big sea, he's a little fish.
So what I would say about Eze's thing is it's his body language is a bit tricky sometimes, especially the way he is. He's a bit of a silky player. He likes to slow himself down because he's the type of player who likes to, kind of win the mental side of the game when he's on the ball. He can move players around without even actually having to touch the ball. He can fake one way and fake that way and get players nervous, and then he kind of picks a moment. I do think that he loves this club. You can tell the moment when he signed, his interview with Ian Wright, when he walked out onto the pitch. This is a club that he has dreamt about playing for from when he was from a kid, and he spent years and years and years waiting for his opportunity to prove to it. It's like, no, I am good enough for this football club. I would never doubt that Eze doesn't love or bleed for the badge. I think he does.
I'll name 4 players who play as a midfielder, as a leader, Jurgen Klopp style, right? Every second of the game. Michael Thomas, Davies Rocastle, Paul Davis, and even Mikel Arteta, when he captained this club. They run like machines. Eze strides around.
Yeah, but that
is the wrong.
James,
that is the wrong mentality.
Just to be clear, I think Anton's made a great point. I think sometimes we have players who just through their facial expression and through their body language might give you the impression about one thing. But Eze was never the sort of player to be that kind of guy who was going to be running around like not a head like a chicken, but like. And I think what you realise when you come to a top side is the defensive side. And I think there was a comment that someone made after the Chelsea game, I think it was, where Eze he worked his socks off in that Chelsea game. In fairness, what we're going to get from Eze is moments. And when what he wouldn't have come up against at Palace is sides that play with low blocks in exactly the same way that he faces low blocks here. So when I do watch him, and I'm wondering why he's not in the game, I'm sometimes watching him from my seat and saying he's not sure, not fully able to understand how to position himself in such a way that he receives the ball in space or enables himself to receive the ball in pockets. And I think Paul Merson made a great point the other day when he was talking about Cole Palmer and he was talking about the relationship with Nicholas Jackson. For me, Eze's best games was actually when Mourinho was playing up top. We've seen the best of Eze going back to that particularly that Tottenham game, where you've got a Mourinho who's maybe a false nine, maybe not in the same style as the Gyökeres, who wants to occupy a space and kind of keeps that centre of the pitch congested. You've got a Mourinho who maybe floats a little bit, and then Eze can kind of, because he is a very clever player, can pick up spaces off Mourinho's movement. So Mourinho might make a movement deep, which enables Eze to kind of go up and get beyond. And you just need the ball to drop to Eze in and around the 18-yard box, and he can be clinical. I think the other thing for all of those players, Madueke, Gyökeres, and Eze, is none of them had what I would consider to be a full pre-season. Eze joined us relatively late. Madueke obviously joined us, left Chelsea in the middle of the summer, but had to take a 3-week break. And Gyökeres also never,
and Capia as well. And throw him into that too.
Yeah,
Capia, throw him into that category as well.
Yeah. And in some respects, they're all players that have been criticised.
But Jason, Nkape bleeds when he gets on that pitch. Eze doesn't. Answer that.
What I'm saying with Eze, you lot are making all good points, but all I'm saying to you is he's not going to get the game time to improve his game. to make his statement, to stamp his position. He's not going to get the game time, guys.
No,
You're
Daniel,
talking
when
about
he got the
one
time,
thing, you're talking
better
about
miss-
left wing, and when he was playing left wing, all the Arsenal fans were complaining, saying they
Yeah,
don't
it's
want
rubbish.
to
But
be
to
here.
be
Yeah,
honest,
I
I
would-
think we're learning our
Dan-
lessons about Arsenal fans complaining after very
Yeah,
short viewings.
What I,
Listen,
I
he's
think
not a
what I would
left
say,
winger.
we're needing to learn that.
That's nonsense.
No.
He's not a left winger. He's not a left
It's not
winger.
exactly, Daniel.
That
Exactly. It's not a left winger.
Where was he
Football-
playing against Tottenham? Where was he playing against Crystal Palace?
Exactly,
His left wing.
Daniel.
What are we
Exactly,
doing there?
Daniel.
We're talking
Daniel.
about left wing.
Exactly, Daniel. Football
It makes
is
no
about-
sense.
He can
The
play
biggest-
left wing though.
But that's
Yeah,
what
for
he's-
me-
No,
we
he
know
can't,
that.
Daniel. He
We-
can't.
Why
We
can't
know
he?
Eze's best
No,
position
that's why-
in the central
no.
role. That's where his best
Nick-
position is.
Not
Yeah,
really
Nick-
though. When he
Daniel-
played for
It
when he played
wasn't
for
really
Palace, he
Alright,
played
I'm
on the
wrong.
left of a
Alright,
three.
I'm wrong.
Yeah,
He
I'm
played
wrong.
on the left of
Nick
the
is
three
Daniel
for
Can you
Palace.
imagine how good our attack is if you
He
got
played on the left side of
fully fit
midfield.
Saka, you got
Palace.
Eze on the
Not
other
left wing.
side,
Exactly.
and you got Havertz
Not
slipping in
left
those
wing.
balls to
No,
Gyökeres.
no, no.
That's a
Negative
beautiful front
Daniel.
four.
Negative Daniel is correct. He's not a left winger, right? Football, your biggest weapon is your brain and what you do, right? So
That's where
football is
Eze
about
excels, though.
imagination and about vision. He can run at players. His biggest attribute is his football brain. His ability to go this way, that way, like a Namweri, right? The ability to be clinical in the finish. When you play him in the middle, he destroys things. But right, so Negative Daniel's correct. On the left wing, he's not a left winger,
And he
mate.
ain't got the work rate for the left wing like we're talking
Exactly,
about. He's not gonna get up and
exactly.
down the wing.
Exactly. Look at Martinelli. Negative Daniel's 1,000,000% correct.
Well, I think when we're talking about left wing, I think we're talking about traditional left wingers in like chalk on boots, beating the fullback. But I think Eze can start on the left, and what he does is drift into the middle. So he's not a left winger.
Yeah,
out
but
and out.
he won't come back
He's
and
like-
defend.
He's a left winger like
Martinelli
Yeah,
Trust
does.
is a left
yeah.
winger.
I think the point.
Trust
Eze
is the
makes is-
template for what Eze can be at Arsenal.
Yeah,
You
I
got
think,
very similar
I think,
attributes.
Yeah, I think.
Look
I think
at his
SJ makes-
work rate.
Hang
Look
on,
at his
hang on,
work
James.
rate. Yeah.
James, hang on a second. I think SJ makes a great point because again, having watched Eze play centrally and kind of understand some of the limitations and some of the things that he would probably need to work on and develop, I actually do think in this side he probably is better off starting on the left-hand side because I think where I've seen Eze be at his best and where I've seen is he might start on the left wing, but it gives him the opportunity to drift in, particularly because Calafiori is such a phenom just in terms of occupying spaces. What it does is it frees Eze up in to be able to kind of come in centrally and then start combining. We talk about how quickly we're able to move the ball when we get Eze in. I think playing off the right hand side on that in that 10 kind of role is a different dynamic in terms of just playing off your opposite foot. It might seem to people that
no, you're right. You're right, Jason. But he's never gonna give. See where Declan Rice
No.
plays on that left-hand side of midfield, that little pocket there. That's his position. That's where he plays
Yeah,
for Crystal.
yeah.
He's never gonna
Yeah.
play there.
no,
He's never gonna play there.
look. So I think that's right. But I also do think that there's something that we also have to kind of go back, and he has to take a bit of accountability for. If I look back at that Portsmouth game, for example, I was expecting a big performance and a big game from him, and I didn't see it.
Yeah, listen, I'll tell you, you're right, Jason. I'll tell you where Negative Dan's right. Let's look at the proof is in the pudding, right? You play Eze on the left wing, you weaken this team. This is why Arteta has dropped him, right? Because that Villa game, when they got that goal at Villa Park, he just stood around. When you're a football player, it doesn't matter what position you play. Look at Havertz when he plays, right? When he stopped that, he was on the goal line. And do you remember when he stopped their goal, when they shot, and Havertz swung his body and stopped the ball going into the net? And he's playing up front. Eze, he doesn't have, he's a team. You've got to bleed for this club. And in Cape, when he plays, look at the way he plays. He gets stuck in everything. Now, at Palace, he used to get stuck in. We do not have passengers in this team. You need to pull your weight. Well, like Arteta's done, he's dropped him. And that's the reason he's dropped him. You've got to pull your weight. If you play him on the left wing, he will... Martinelli, the amount he does when he comes back and defends, Saka the same. That's what Mikel Arteta wants. And as they're doing that, increase your work rate. Stop playing with your locks.
I think in December when we played Villa and he was poor, I think that was the situation then. I don't think it's the situation now because we didn't see him. He didn't touch grass for a very long time. So I think like I said, when you're playing at a side at this level, we saw it with Salah, we saw it with your Diaz's and all of those sorts of players. There is an onus, and to say that he can't, I certainly don't think that you play players centrally if you know that they're not going to, because what you certainly as a central midfielder, the last thing you want to be doing is giving up set space essentially. You can accept it in wide areas because you can defend second phases and all that sort of stuff. But what you don't want is people in the middle of the park that aren't.
Do you know what, Jason? I've got a solution. I've got a solution to the Eze scenario, and see what the panel think. I think I don't know who said it earlier. Ishad said it. Does that mean that Gyökeres can only play when we've got Havertz playing in that role, right? I think when you rotate Havertz, stick Eze, who's a clinical finisher, one of the best finishers, stick him in that attacking floating role behind Gyökeres. That's the only position I can see him playing. But he still needs to improve his work rate.
I agree with you on that, James. Right, we're going to start wrapping up, man. We've got to go to the Brentford game. Let's talk about what you would go for your lineup and your predictions, man. And we're going to start with SJ. What are you saying, my bro?
Obviously, Raya in goal. Timber. The thing is, it's this massive game, you know. After that Man City result, I'm a bit thinking, I'm not doing much rotation and such, but we have to rotate. So I'm going to play Timber right back. Obviously, Saliba and Gabriel continue. Left back, I'd play Hincapié. In the midfield, Rice and Zubimendi again. In the Odegaard roles at the right 8, I'd play Havertz. On the right, Noni has to continue. Even though I'm not impressed with Noni at the moment. I don't think he's playing well, even though people think he is, my opinion. Down the middle, I'll give Gyökeres a chance, even though I'm not high on him. See how he plays. On the left, if Trossard injured, Martinelli came on, played very well, so give Martinelli a run. And I think we'll win 2-1. I think we'll win 2-1.
Same team as this SJ, and we're going to mash them up 4-0.
Anton, what's your team? What would you go for, man?
All right, so I'm kind of looking at Brentford's team because I want to just kind of be a little bit more
tactical. You're getting into Arteta's brain,
tactical. Yeah? So I think one thing that we should really point out is that Brentford will be missing Kevin Schade because he got sent off against Villa. So that's going to be really, really key for us, which means that I reckon this is a great opportunity now to play Ben White and give Yuri and Timber a bit of a rotation, just because we got to make sure that everyone kind of stays fresh. I would probably go again Raya. I would maintain with Kyle Fury. I would like to give him back-to-back starts. Go Kyle Fury and White with Gabriel and Saliba. Has to be Zubimendi and Rice.
Even though Kyle Fury's just come back from injury, you would put him in there back-to-back.
I think what Kyle Fury right now needs is just to kind of like gets a little bit of consistency going. You can take him off, switch him at like 60 minutes, bring on Hincapié. But I just feel like, you just kind of just have to build up his fitness a little bit more. He came off early in the other game. He can do the similar play a little bit longer. This time around. It's interesting that with Havertz, is Havertz going to start again due to him also building up his fitness? I have a feeling this is a game that Eze comes in and plays in the 10. I think Martinelli will play out on the left to give us a little pace in behind. Noni obviously is going to stick in there with Gyökeres at the top. And I'd say I was thinking 2-1, but I'm actually thinking that we're looking good offensively. I'm going to say 3-1 in the end, Arsenal. But I'm talking about a 3-1 where we're going to grab a late one. It'll be a tight one, and we're just going to grab one that relieves the pressure and kind of seals the 3 points right at the dead. So that's the way I see it.
Jason, my bro, how you feeling? What would you go for? What's your predictions?
Yeah, pretty confident. I suppose I'm also conscious that with the Wigan game on Sunday, is an opportunity to do mass rotation. So I think with this, particularly with City getting the result that they got, I think there's a need. There's a need to probably go a bit stronger than maybe I would have gone had that gap been a little bit bigger. Calafiori probably drops out for me. Havertz probably also drops out just in terms of managing their minutes and giving them half an hour maybe maybe at Wigan. But other than that, I'm looking pretty strong. I'd probably start Gyökeres ahead of Jesus. But I think we're in a situation now where we've got options. 12 months ago, this wasn't a conversation that we were having. We were pulling our hair out, wondering who's going to pull in for it. And this was around the time where Mourinho popped up, and all of a sudden, almost turned our season around. But what we've got now is an opportunity to, like you say, manage Calafiori's minutes, manage Havertz's minutes, manage Jesus' minutes, and still bring in 3 really quality replacements for them. And win the game.
Yeah, I think sounds good to me, Jason, man. Symphony here said I'll change it up and go for Havertz up top. Not a bad shout. Brentford on the set piece is not the greatest. Havertz can take advantage of that. It's a good shout, to be fair. It'll be nice to see what Havertz can do up top. But I'll be starting Gyökeres again, to be fair. Let's just build on this.
You know what? One thing I'll tell you, City have stolen a lot of things from me over the years. But one thing I was really worried about them stealing was the negative Dan, or I shouldn't say negative Dan, the positive tan number 2 or 1, whichever you want to.
Listen, I told you I'm going to the game. If I'm going to that game, that means I'm confident and I'm feeling positive, man. Do you understand?
I think they hurt you a little bit, but I'm seeing you come around. Like this is the Dan. I don't want to spoil. Terry's gonna hate me for saying this because we were talking about it backstage before it with Marty, right? Because we were talking about your video going viral. And Terry said to Marty, I was just like sitting there listening like a fly on the wall. And he goes, if negative Dan brings that vibe, Arsenal will 100% win the league. That's the type of fan you need. Somebody who is a little bit more realistic, but when things are going well, he's going to really, really celebrate and bring the roof off of the place.
Yeah.
Anton.
Yeah, Anton, I'm going to go to that gym that negative Dan flexes his muscles to be like The Rock. I'm going to rip off that Darth Vader suit. I'm going to nick one of positive Dan's Luke Skywalker suits and stick it on him.
James, you're something else, you are, mate. I tell you.
I look at the big picture.
Man. I think Gyökeres, he can build on this, man. I said, I think I might be wrong about it, man. He's just a finisher, and I just believe.
Yeah.
For these last games,
I'm sure they'll lie on the floor and do one of these.
Yeah.
Good, man.
Yeah. Before Positive Dan comes in to give his team and prediction for the next game, after that, there's one player that no one has mentioned, and Jesus. Mikel Arteta felt strong enough to pick him to start the last game, but then Gyökeres came on and did what he did. Does the panel think that Jesus now, he weren't in it, he's not been in it for a while, quite a few games. Do you think Gyökeres will be a regular starter now? And Positive Dan to do his team prediction.
Dan, take the floor.
For me, listen, big Gyökeres has to start that game. They're a very physical side. Brentford, Keith Andrews. Look, when I looked at Brentford this season, I actually thought they would be the ones in the relegation battle. And 6th in the table, and he's doing brilliantly well. He was only the set piece coach. You know, I know him, followed his career because obviously I'm Irish. So, yeah, he did. He had a lot of caps for Ireland as well. But he's done a fantastic job, an unbelievable job. And this is a game where before you'd look at it and go, you know what? I remember, was it the first game of the season under Arteta, Brentford away? I think they might have been the year they'd first come up, and we lost 2-0. Jamie Carragher, Ben White had just been signed for 50 million, and he had a bad game, and we were still that soft touch Arsenal. And you look at it now, we are so physical, and that's how they beat Liverpool. They were 3-0 up. I think it ended 3-2, but they were just too physical for them. They won't be too physical for Arsenal, you know, because we are a physical, strong side. And I think this is a game where Declan Rice drags us through the line. in a game like this. I think Declan Rice is going to be the man.
I like when you do this with games, Dan. There's always a player that you single out and you say, this is the guy that's going to drag us through this game. It's always someone that's going to drag us through. I like when you do that, Dan. You know, let's hope you're right, man.
This is a Declan Rice game, right? A game where, you know what? Man. I think it's going to be either 1-0 or 2-0, but I think it's going to be a 1-0 to Arsenal. I think it's going to be, I know we're all a bit excited. We've just scored 3 goals against Sunderland, 4 against Leeds. We are banging the goals in.
Yeah.
I think with City are only 2 ahead of us on goals scored now with the late 2 goals they got.
Yeah.
But obviously we're better off in because we've conceded far less.
And what's your team positive?
So for me, it would be
11?
For me again. I would go with look, because like Jason alluded to, we've got Wigan on Saturday, and that will be mass changes for that game. We might even see Miles Lewis-Skelly in the midfield role in that game. When they asked Arteta about him playing there, he said yes. When I think Arteta could easily just said that's not something that we're going to do, but he said yeah, we could see it this season. So anyway, that's Wigan. So I'd go with obviously David Raya starts in goal, of course. Listen, Timber, love him to bits. If Ben White played this game, you know, maybe Timber can get a rest. Still going to say Timber though, but I think it's a close one because it all depends. If he's still 100% fit, Timber, then you could go with Timber. But this, for me, this is a game that you could put Ben White in. Obviously, Saliba and Gabriel are must. Now, Calafiori, been one of our best players this season, but he had a bad game against Sunderland. He was a bit all over the place. But I would start him. So Calafiori, Timber, the back 5 picks itself if they're all fully fit. Everyone knows that. And then in midfield, Zubimendi, Rice, go Kai Havertz. I know he's played, you know, he's just come back, but he looks super fit to me. He looks ready. I think they've managed him really well. They've made sure that they've got him back fully fit. And then for me, Martinelli has to come in on the left. Like I said, I think he's been one of our unsung heroes this season. I thought he was excellent when he came on the other day. I thought he was brilliant when he came on against Leeds. He got a great assist in that game, and he got a great assist against Sunderland. So for me, Martinelli, I'm happy that he's going to be playing. Obviously, I'm disappointed that Trossard is injured because I thought he was fantastic against Sunderland as well. But yeah, so it'll be Martinelli. Then obviously the main man, Victor Gyökeres, who I fancy to score now. But I'm not going to say that because anytime I've said that, he hasn't.
Yeah, I know. You always put the pressure on him, don't you?
I've been quiet. I've been quiet.
I've never said that I fancy him to score, Dan. So yeah I fancy him to score. That means he's scoring.
Well,
how about that?
There you go.
Yeah.
And then obviously on the right, it has to be obviously Madueke. But I'm with SJ. You know, he is direct and he does give us that difference. And he was good against Leeds, to be fair. Thought he was a bit of a quieter game against Sunderland, but yeah, that would be my 11, and I fancy us to go there to be strong, compact, and to go and win 1-0.
Okay, let me chuck this question at the panel. Do you think that they will play a low block and be happy to get a point off the champions elect? And secondly, would you play, because if they play a low block, I will change the 11 that I picked and possibly play Ben White because he overlaps, has a better shot, and opens up defences more than Timber does. What does the panel think?
That's kind of where I'm at exactly, James. I think
that's why I said Ben White as well. Here's a good game for Ben White to play him. So
here's the thing about Brentford. Their greatest strength is when they break, and they break quickly, and they're very clinical. Thiago has, outside of Haaland, has been probably the best striker in terms of numbers in the league this year. I think Haaland, Thiago, Ekitike. So that's when his bread and butter, which is on the break. Luckily, their biggest threat, which is Shada, is missing. Otara can also give you similar stuff there. So that's the stuff that we need to avoid, which is letting them suck us in so much that they get those spaces in behind. That's where Arsenal needs. That's what we need to avoid the most in this game for me. The only thing that's interesting, though, is that when they played at home against the big sides, they have managed to get big results across the.
Say, Anton, on that, you know they're going to play a low block, but because they're at home and their crowd's behind them, there's only so much low block they're going to do. The fans are going to start. Know what I'm trying to say? Rearing them on to go. So I don't think it will be that low of a block, but it will be.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Daniel, like Anton said before, and I said it when I did my last AFTV one, is that if teams try to play football with Arsenal, we will play them off the park, and we have the defence that allows us to unleash our attackers. And on the Noni issue, even though he doesn't always have final product, although he did a few games ago, his dribbling and threat causes their defence to panic.
Well, Jamie Arsenal here says, yes, James, Brentford bite our hand off for a point and 100% go low block or get ripped.
I mean, well, Brentford, they're fighting for, Europe.
They're fighting for Europe right now.
So they might set up a certain way, but if the results go their way in the days before, they might come out, because they're 4 points off fifth. You can think
Liverpool play Newcastle. I know who Liverpool play.
Sunderland.
They beat Newcastle. Like they play Sunderland away, and nobody's beaten Sunderland away this year. So if I'm Brentford and I'm seeing that, I think we want to see a Sunderland really take Liverpool out the day before, and so Brentford might have their mouth water and be like, "Oh, this is a chance."
Because it's essentially a free swing. It's a free swing for Brentford. They're not going to get relegated. If they win, they can fight for
They're on
Europe.
the same points as Liverpool right now on 39 points.
Yeah.
They are 4 points off Chelsea in fifth, 5 points off Man United in fourth. So
So they might keep it tight and then go for it at the end. Like try to do it at the Emirates. Try to go tight, keep it tight, and then bring on their subs towards the end. But
Jason, do you think they're going to play low block against us?
Look, I think any side where we rock up to their home doesn't want us to thump them. And we are capable of putting a serious amount of goals past side. So yes, they're going to turn around and try to make it difficult. But then they're always going to have that kind of Jordan Henderson, Thiago combination where we know that if we give them spaces that they can put the ball into, that they're going to try to make that happen. But yeah. I mean, you can get the physicality and the intenseness of a London derby. The pressure is going to be on us because we will know the result from City. So whether that's an opportunity for us to extend the lead, or if it's a situation where the lead gets shortened to 3 points, there's going to be pressure on us. They're going to know that, so the crowd are going to be on their side. But like I said, I don't think they want us to rock up there and put threes and fours past them. So they are going to want to make it super compact, and then hope that they can find moments on the break. And that's where I'm probably wanting to go a bit stronger than maybe I would have done previously. But I'm confident. However they set up.
James, 1 sec. All I was going to say is that their last two games, away at Newcastle, 3-2 win. Away at Aston Villa, 1-0 win. That was with a red card as well. So that shows that they have got some defensive prowess. So it's not going to be easy, guys, man. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah. This question to SJ and the rest of the panel: why do you think Jesus was so ineffective, not just in the last game? Why do you think that?
I don't think he came on against Leeds and scored a banger.
He played well against Leeds when he came off the bench. I think that's what got him to start the other day. I think he came on very effective against Leeds. He got involved from the get-go, got his goal. Could have got two on the day, you know what I mean?
But SJ, he's in his late 20s and he hasn't mastered the offside trap.
Yeah.
So true.
Do you know what I mean?
Two penalties that he should have gotten. The Chelsea game away and this one. He was awarded and then taken away because he couldn't stay on side.
Yeah. I think Jesus has shown who he is as a footballer. He's not going to get any better. He does injuries, ACLs a couple of times. He's a squad player.
He's good. He's good when everything's going well, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a squad player. And when he's high, he's really high. But when he's low, it's kind of just
Hugo's out on the latch. Where you at, Raven? Hugo,
mate. Shisha bars.
Is that Shisha joint? Nice.
He didn't invite me, did you?
He's thinking, hey, I'll get back on the stream, mate.
Is there loads of Asian babes there for me?
On a Monday night of all nights, Hugo. Raw.
Hugo. Tell them that you know.
I'll come after the chat.
Yeah. Tell the Asian babes the Greek God's waiting.
James wants Havertz and Hills.
Right, this question to Jason and then everyone else, right? Do you think that, and SJ touched on it, do you think that Jesus is better on the wing than a striker in the middle?
No, is a short answer. I think that we've seen players a little bit like Henry, like Jesus, who maybe have like a left-hand side bias, so they like to kind of start get into those spaces and they'll make things happen. But to ask them to play there consistently for 90 minutes, you just don't see the same. You don't see the same sort of player. I think that what you get with Jesus is that he is very clever. He's able to kind of link midfield and forward lines. He's able to attack from deep, and he's able to play that kind of false nine role where he's kind of able to kind of flirt across all parts of the front line. But I don't think starting him starting him in a wide position, you don't get the best out of him. I think you get the best out of him from central. But I think like Anton or SJ said, ACL injuries will ruin your dynamism. So he'll be a dynamic player who turns, sprints and presses with that intensity. You are going to lose that with those sorts of injuries.
I think when he comes off the pitch, if he hasn't scored, I don't think he's angry. That's different to me, him and Jokeres. I think when he comes off, I don't think Jesus, if he hasn't scored, he's not angry. He's angry if he doesn't get involved touches. That's why he likes to be involved.
If
Jokeres comes off and hasn't scored, he's a bit angry.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a good one from Ryan, the Arsenal fan. I'm going to throw this one at Dan because this is the sort of question that he loves. So we'll put it at him. If we win the league, when and how much points?
The 17th of May, we will win the league. We play Burnley at home. Man City play Bournemouth away. Man City will drop points. We'll beat Burnley. The gap will go to 5 points. There'll be one game left. And Arsenal will be Premier League champions. And we'll do it in front of our own fans at home to Burnley. And it's going to be a magical feeling. And I can't wait for it.
So we're not getting the Guard of Honor at, what's it called? The Etihad no more, no?
No, but we're going to beat them in the Carabao Cup final, isn't it? So that's all good. And if we get in the Champions League, we'll dump them out of that as well.
And we're going to hire a speedboat for Gooners therapy, and we're going to go up and down the River Thames singing Arsenal.
Can you hire those things? You can. Here we have this thing on the you can like drink and be on like a little boat that you can rent out, and they have like a bartender and everything, and they have a party.
Wait, Anton, are you coming England if we go and win it? You better come, Anton.
Of course he is.
Mate, I'm ready discussing it with the missus. Now she wants to go in Christmas time because she wants to see the snow. I'm like, I'm telling you, mate. I'm telling you, it's gonna be better in May.
Nah, Anton, you need to leave.
I'm trying to win this battle, okay, guys?
Anton, just get up and come on your own. If not, bro, you got to be there.
You got to be there. Even the parade. I told my missus. My missus says she's coming parade. You're not coming parade with me. What are you talking about? I'm out with the lads, mate.
Also, do you think? This is a key question. This issue has come up throughout this debate about if Declan Rice, if Zubimendi gets injured, and touching on whoever said earlier that in an interview, I think it might have been Positive Dan said that when Arteta was asked should Skelly play in midfield, right? I think Skelly last year, people are forgetting, he's supreme from midfield. Do you know when he ran through the Man City team, smashed in that goal, he's got body strength and everything, and he's essentially a central midfielder. So he could come into midfield and rotate Rice and Zubimendi. What does the panel think?
I think, listen, we missed Rice against Aston Villa. Everyone was panicking. We beat them 4-1. There's 13 games left in the league. I don't see him, don't want to jinx it, but I don't see him getting injured anyway. Zubimendi seems like he's super fit as well. Obviously, they could get injured, but we've got a 6-point gap. We've got players that can come in and can do a job. Skelly could go there. Odegaard, Anton alluded to it too. He could play in that position. He loves to come deep anyway. So, he's a great presser, one of the best probably at Europe at that. So, listen, I think this Arsenal team is built to win. It's got all the players to win. It's got the best manager in Europe for me now in Mikel Arteta at this moment in time. So I wouldn't worry too much about players going down and getting little injuries here and there. Man City will get injuries too.
David in the chat, the hater, man.
The timing. I feel like David.
And this is another reason why we need to get over the line,
anything
man.
ridiculous or start celebrating, David's and he enters the chat at the perfect time every single time. He's got a talent for it, man.
One other quick point. I think Positive Dan might have said this when he was picking the 11, because in general we think that they're going to play a low block. Calafiori is a more attacking threat as a left back than Nkape. So would you play Calafiori attack and Ben White attack, and then that's more threatening with their low block?
James, that was what my starting lineup was based off of. You got it. You hit the nail on the head, brother.
Yeah, it's you that said it, wasn't it? Yeah. So you look like a Greek god, but I am one.
Right, lads, let's wrap up, because we've taken up a lot of your time, and you've all, we appreciate every one of you coming on and showing us love. We appreciate every single person in the chat, whether you come on for 1 minute, whether you say one comment or 10 comments.
Makima, been there the whole time, man.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Comment. Skelly is the only ball carrier we've got since 1 year and is long down.
Yeah. You should change the name of the show to the
No,
Gooners
Declan Rice is most definitely a ball carrier. But
Daniel should change the name of the show to the Gooners Therapy Avengers.
Yes. This has been a really good panel. Really,
I'll do a background of the Avengers for the next show, James. Don't worry.
Yeah, and I'll get you I've already ordered your Luke Skywalker outfit. Get ready to wear it.
Everyone, make sure you're smashing them likes for us. It really does help. Yeah, you know what it is? It helps so much with the algorithm and that. How many likes we got now, man? Let's have a check, man. We need to get them likes up.
Those views and algorithm and likes got to be on the similar level, man. Otherwise, you got people in here watching without clicking the like button.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, guys. Let's try and get us up to 40 likes. Yeah. Come on, guys. We need 7 more.
Can I just say one thing about
stream, please like it.
Yeah, I said this to the two Daniels to their face at the last game, and I'll say it again. What you two youngsters, are doing is amazing. And the reason why it's going to be difficult, and I said this to you both got partners and kids and full-time jobs. The Lee Gunners, the Terry Flewers, all these people, you guys, it's not your fault. You haven't got the amount of time to apply to it. So what you're achieving and it's about networking is the modern day term. So what you guys are doing and giving, like Robbie unleashed the Greek god, Happy Bronx boy, the way you guys have brought us on here, I want to say a big thank you to you two Daniels.
Come on, James. Love, my bro.
Yeah,
big up,
bro, all day long. But let's quickly let's do score predictions and then we'll wrap up. No,
done that already, Dan.
Oh yeah, did everyone do their score predictions as well?
Yes,
yours though.
I don't think you've done yours. I don't know if I done mine either.
I did 1-0. You lot did your teams, but
we also said our scores though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What did you say? 3-1, Anton, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. You did.
Yeah.
When you were texting Kai Havertz and telling him how much you love him, we was doing it then.
Yes. All right, big up, man. Well, listen, thank you everyone for watching. We'll get your notifications on. We are gonna go live every Friday, but we've got to work out which time is best.
I think one sec, Anton, and let's start with SJ. SJ, you've got your channel. Tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, Gooners Therapy from Gooners Therapy. Sorry, I'm freaking.
He's taking your channel, boys.
Gooners View from Block 5. It's just on all the socials. Yeah, just put stuff out. But yeah,
big up, man.
Big up. Make sure you go over there and subscribe, man. All of our regulars. Anton, let them know where they can find you, my bro.
You can find me at, by the way, I only have one channel now. The other one's there, but we put all of our eggs in the Fire Them Cannons basket now. Both me and Cal.
To do. Makes sense.
Yeah. So we've got videos every single day on Fire Them Cannons. I'm actually, because I'm still alive and hold you guys to account, I'm hoping to have your two hosts on my channel sometime later on this week. We'll have a podcast there as well. So yeah, you can check me out there. And of course, my co-host Cal, who puts up videos. He has a video came out yesterday as well. So that's where you can find me.
Yeah.
Fire them cannons, man. Go and check them out.
And me, right? You can find me. I live at the Emirates, all right, world, and I'm not scared, right? But this is my yard, right? You can find me in 2 WW wrestling arenas, Gooners Therapy and ATV.
Not a bad combo.
Yeah, like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, we will win this league.
Yeah, Anton, get him on your channel one day as well, man. But you got to learn how to tame him. You got to learn how to tame the beast, man.
Get me on. I want. We can switch. Concepts.
Yeah, Anton, you've got get my number off the 2 Daniels. They can text you it. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Look, I'll teach you. Look, that's what you do. Look, mute. That's the sin bin. We have to put him in the sin bin every now and again. Put him on mute. He's going. He can't be stopped.
Hey, no, Anton, I spent a whole year in Siberia with Ethan Nanweri. Ethan escaped to Marseille, and now I'm lonely in that sin bin.
But yeah,
Anton, SJ, it's nice to see SJ as well, and Anton as well, man. You guys are cool, man.
Yes, and Hugo, obviously. Hugo ain't got his own channel, but love each and every time. Hugo ain't been on for a couple of weeks. We missed you, my friend.
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat was saying, "Where's Hugo, bro?" When you were here, bro. So good to have you back.
Hey, Hugo, is Gyökeres jersey is officially not for sale?
No, it's not.
Is he there? He's there.
You can't do it because there's music in the background. You might as well just unmute it. What music is playing? Let me hear it, man.
Oh, you're gonna get a copyright strike. Allow it.
Yeah. Hugo, just like Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, right? Just give my number to every Asian baby you see.
Big up Sean Talks 4 as well, always coming on Shared Love, man. Yeah. Big up everyone. If you're watching us on the replay, do us a favor, drop us some comments, smash the likes. And if you're just watching it now, go send it out to your friends in the group chats and get it out there, man. Help get us to 2K subs. We're nearly at 1,500 now, so slowly but surely we're getting there.
I can't remember who was saying it in the chat. I'm going to, either tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm going to be going through and clipping up some of the good clips from this stream as well.
Yeah.
There are some bangers in here, though.
Quick thing,
Waffle Don's. Make sure that's a...
Waffle Don.
I need to get Waffle Don's one in there when he came and gave us some wisdom. It's just elbow time. You know what I'm saying?
Quick thing, Daniels. If you do it at midday, most people are going to be at work or college.
What are you talking about?
No, bro. Everyone works from home nowadays, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just a lot of people stream at that time. You got to find out when the big hit. When the big bands are on, especially.
They're in the evening. Yeah, you're right, Dan. You're in the evening. That's when they'll do it.
They do it early as well, man. They do it early on Fridays. Yeah, they all do it.
Oh, Dan Potts. Oh, Daniel. You guys were very good on Dan Potts' show.
Yeah, he's good stuff. Big up Dan Potts.
Big up Dan Potts each and every time, man.
But yeah, guys, let's wrap up now because bedtime. But big up, thank you for everyone watching. Thanks for everyone.
Everyone have a good week. Stay positive.
Yeah, you all need beauty. You all need beauty sleep. I don't. And regarding having a channel, I don't need to because I'm in the clouds as a Greek god. I'm watching you.
Big up, everyone. Let's go.